welcome back. Welcome to our exhibition game, Detectives versus JEBUS. I am Orion,
And I am Archon.
and we are your casters for today. Perfect introduction.
As I can say. We are now waiting for this game to start. Again, this is the game with detectives on the blue side and JEBUS on the red side. Waiting for this game to start.
And if you want to join in on the action, you can register on to the SIK LABAN tournament at tinyurl.com/SIKLABAN. Now we try to fill the void. Yeah. So in a few moments we're gonna start. Archon, what do you
Okay.
expect about our game today? Like predictions.
Basing from the ranks, I can't really tell. They're pretty equal.
Uh-huh.
I think it's pretty fine, and I think it's gonna be a very projected game so far. I think it's gonna be meta picks, meta bans, or probably just comfort picks for
My
these
genius will be understood.
two teams. I
eventually.
haven't really scouted that much, so we're in this champ select and ban phase very fresh.
Yeah, we're going in blind, boys. We have no research. Now the Jin van gonna be picked up by the detectives. Let's see what the JEBUS squad has prepared for them. The Samira ban coming up.
Interesting ADC bans for the start of this game.
Let's see the next ban. Come on. Come on.
Learn from the mistakes.
Okay.
A Riven. I feel like these two teams are targeting, like, I feel like they've sniped the mains of each other's accounts. Though I don't think Samira is targeted necessarily on anyone on the detective squad. But let's see what else these two have in store for pick and
I
bans.
remember during the last game in the boom back page, Jin popped off against the detective squad. And I think
Oh.
that is the target ban that they're going for. Now the
We
Thresh
see a
gonna
Thresh
come in.
ban.
So what is the JEBUS squad targeting here?
Ignorant throw.
Or
I feel like
for
they're
the
just
detectives?
targeting for comfort picks, to be completely honest. I see a Riven ban, a Diana ban, and Jin ban, which in previous games between the detective squad and the JEBUS squad, they seem to be very proactive with those three particular champs. Getting targeted by the detective squad here.
Does that fear
Really running the time
The
down.
cat.
Thank you so much. Now the cat ban. I feel like that's for you, Ray. That's for you, Archon.
Let's not get into any assumptions for now. I think they're targeting someone particular. I can't put my lip to it. I think it's someone that's not in the game right now. I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
Coming in for the detective.
First pick, which is a comfort pick for our first person from the detective squad, Oriana. A strong mid lane pick.
Mordekaiser come in for the JEBUS squad. Let's see what they pick next. They're really running out the time here, so we have nothing to talk about.
Well, not really. I can talk about Mordekaiser being a strong laner at this meta because I hate laning against Mordekaiser. It's so dumb to get trapped into that dimension and just not be able to do anything for a full
Okay.
10 seconds.
You remember the Kane game? Kane just
I
absolutely...
remember this very well. I was an ADC against the Blue Cane and I didn't like it. It was a very scary
They're gonna be
match.
letting it through. I think that's a pretty grave error for the detectives.
I am seeing a Ramos hover,
Okay.
a Nasus, and the Pike.
Huh.
Those are
So
two
the
champs
Pike is
that
the
don't
comfort
really
pick.
synergize any together, but they can fend for themselves, like, individually. Pike is a
They're just
strong
going for
assassin. And Nasus is a comfort pick for this detective win, as well as the Pike on Detective 1. Oh.
Now, from these first 6 picks, what do you think do these two teams want to play for?
Mordekaiser and Fizz, both strong laners for this game. I will be scared if Mordekaiser and Fizz get away with their lanes, because Nasus is a scaling champ, so he doesn't really want to fight early, so that's something that Mordekaiser might aim for. As for Fizz against Orianna, I think Orianna should just farm it out and try to get response from his team through ganks through the pike, and probably a jungle pick later. We'll see.
Now, the jungle
As we see a
picks, as we
Fiddle
said,
ban.
already
Fiddle ban is strong jungle.
haunt you.
Morgana being banned away.
A strong support as well. So, yeah, Morgana is a strong counter to Pike, especially since Pike is dependent on hook, on stun, and on escape. If you have a Morgana that has true sight on chains, and you have a Q that stops you from moving, and the black shield that stops every form of CC, that's a big counter towards what detectives are playing for. And the Tristana ban.
Vayne gonna be locked in. They did try to blind pick the bot lane here first, the ADC. Sejuani gonna be picked up for the detectives. Comfort all across the board.
I would say
all across
Vayne
detectives.
is a good response to the detectives right now. You have Nasus, you have Sejuani. Those are two champs that can just frontline, but a Vayne that can shred them through on hits will be very good to pick up for this JEBUS squad. And the Varus to round it off.
Honestly, I don't think the Sejuani was a good pick. Maybe because it is a comfort pick, but against the Vayne, it's not gonna go well late game.
It's dependent on how this Vayne kites. I think Sejuani is a decent pick if you want to try and counter the Kayn, because Sejuani has decent counter engages as well as engages. So I think this choice of comfort isn't really that bad against the team of JEBUS, but we'll have to wait and see as we are now waiting for this game to start.
And now we're gonna be trying to cast this game for the next 3 minutes. Now, okay, let's go at the solo lanes one by one, right? How do they match up against each other?
Nasus and Mordekaiser. I am in favor of Mordekaiser for this one, because if someone important gets trapped in there, your team is gonna crumble. I think that Mordekaiser should focus Spike, should focus Varus, should focus Orianna, but that's dependent on the positioning of this detective squad. Though Nasus is still a pretty strong champ if you get the slow off, the cripple off, as well as the armor shred and the Q that hurts late game.
How about the Fizz and the Orianna on the mid lane as well?
Fizz is strong early when it comes to laning, so I think Fizz is gonna... So Orianna can poke out Fizz. It's gonna be dependent on how these two trade in lane, so it's dependent on who's more confident in laning at this point, because Fizz can actually just nullify every point of damage that Orianna can give if you time that E right, if you're that slippery. But Orianna can just poke out Fizz and zone out of CS if he is confident enough to step up for poke.
Now, the Varus pick I think is interesting here because Varus isn't really in the meta, you know. It's not really
I don't see
on
him
the list of
anymore.
S, right?
I do
For the
not
first
see
matches
him
of
anymore.
season 10, he was OP. He was the lethality Varus build, the Arcane Comet Varus, really in the meta, but now because of the nerfs, he has fallen off. So I actually wonder why would they pick the Varus here? Uh, the Pike.
Technical difficulties.
Now, what do you think is the count? What do you think is the like logic behind this Varus pick?
You have Sejuani with R, you have Varus with R, you have Orianna with R. I think it's all about getting a pick and then stunning that pick off until they get that kill and get that one-man advantage to just run them off. Like, for example, if you get a Sejuani ult on the Vayne, that gets cleansed or that gets QSS, and then you stun him, so you stun lock him with Varus ult or probably Orianna ult. If you get that engage and the front to back play does not work out for this JEBUS side, this detective squad can actually just run and mow down the team fight. It's dependent on whether JEBUS is trying to go for a flank composition or a front to back. And it's dependent on how confident they are to engage onto a team.
Now, JEBUS do have peeling options. You have the Mordekaiser. Can are anyone on the detective side? You have the Alistar
As
that
well
can
as the
just
Paul.
bump anyone. Also the Paul, the Vayne can just tumble out of a Glacial Prison or a Varus R. There are a lot of options here that could potentially nullify the CC provided by the detective team comp here. So it's gonna be interesting to see how the team fight plays out.
As you say, I want to see junglers become very relevant throughout this fight. I want to see junglers, this Kane, this Sejuani. I want to see them fight it out every time when they try to gank these lanes, because I am particularly biased when it comes to junglers, especially since I'm a mid laner that's very needy for jungle ganks. So I want to see this game pan out, what they're gonna prioritize, what they're gonna go for, since it's still we're pretty fresh into this. I have no clue how this game's gonna pan out because I haven't seen these two specific teams match against each other. I just personally know that some of these picks are comforts.
Now, pretty normal rune picks for
Pretty normal.
pretty normal. Say,
I would say
I see advanced
Varus
level.
is Varus against the Vayne, as well as a Pike against an Alistar. I want to see the spot lane fight as well.
Now we're gonna be taking a long time to drop onto Summoner's Rift. There we go. Now we're gonna be dropping into our first game, Detectives versus JEBUS. Let's see how this pans out. Now,
I am very excited for how this game's gonna work out. I want to see how these two fight it out, especially in this fresh game that we have right now.
I have a personal bias. I hope that JEBUS sweeps 2-0.
You know what? I'm gonna go against that. I hope that Detective sweep.
No, Archon, no. There's no way.
Well, we can't really say for sure since this is our first game, and I hope these two have a heated fight for this one. It seems like it's gonna be a peaceful early game.
No level 1 shenanigans here.
Yeah.
No level 1.
We have junglers on the same side of the map, interestingly though. So I want to see a fight at Scuttle already.
Now, looking
Actually,
at the Kane, is that I'm actually not sure. Is that a red Kane or a blue Kane that he's going for here?
I feel like this Kane is going for red. The main takeaway is Conqueror. You won't really go blue if you have Conqueror. It's very inefficient, very bad decision making if you ever go blue. Though I've seen it work at some points of my play, though I don't prefer it.
Pretty standard here for both sides. Not
Both
really
starting
much
red.
going on. So looking at the objectives, it is a Infernal Dragon here, meaning that there won't be any potential Infernal Souls for the detectives as well. Especially with that mob.
I feel like this Drake is gonna be an early priority for both teams. Though, I guess it's mostly for the detective squad since Kane doesn't really want to take objective fights early on. It depends on how they rotate for this objective.
Now, I'm actually not used to a game being this peaceful.
This quiet. Normally you would see Invades after invades after invades. First blood within 5 minutes of the match as we now see a disconnect, hopefully. Okay, we see a pause. As
Pause
we
has
have a
been-
reconnect again. It seems like there are some kinds of problems right now. Let's wait for how these two teams are gonna fix this out.
Now let's discuss about the bot lane now, you know. The exhaust coming in from the Alistar. Do you think that this is a sign that they may play for bot? Maybe? Possibly?
I think they really just wanna fight. As we now come back into the game. Oh,
Oh, in the mid lane. Trades.
our very first sign of action is a fight at mid lane.
Wow.
This is surprising. This is a new feeling. I'm really not used to this. Normally, my games are like 10-0 at the start. It's either the enemy team's 10-0 or we're 10-0.
I mean, in our practices, it's usually you don't get to talk, and I play all the time. But I guess
Nah.
it's your time to shine. It's your time to shine.
Oh,
So we're gonna be going here, so in the mid lane, Electrocute is popped, Ignite gonna be taking down. Does he get the kill? He doesn't.
He does
One takes
not.
the lapel.
lucky
Unfortunate.
management there for the Oriana.
Slow pause there.
This Oriana though has TP, so that's in favor of Oriana in my opinion, because that's a free back as well as a way to manage the wave.
Oh, looking at mid though, Sejuani gonna be looking for
Looking
the
at
gap
that.
now. Oh, meanwhile on the top lane, Nasus is just getting chunked out.
Okay,
They're-
so the
they're-
Sejuani is at the top side of the map while the wave is pushing to the blue side tower at top. And there's a play at bot.
The gank isn't gonna amount to anything there.
Didn't really connect into a play, but this is still an opportunity for this Sejuani to counter follow onto the top lane. Since they know that Kayn is bot lane, they know that Kayn is probably gonna go top lane at some point of this game. And that's probably gonna be the first interaction that these junglers would have. Either that or they're gonna reset.
Not a lot of action. Now the early game priority for the dragon might be relevant here now. Gonna spawn in 10 seconds. Let's see if the junglers get to respond. It looks like Kayn is still clearing his top side. Not really much priority gonna be given.
We
to
see
the-
a lot of wards on the river for the bot side here of the detective squad. Seems as though they're gonna try to play it out since we see that Sejuani is in the bot side of the map right now. Not getting spotted though by that bloom from the Alistar. It's
Okay.
really peaceful. I am not used to this.
Yep, I'm not used to this.
Let's look at the scoreboard.
Yeah.
It seems like Mordekaiser is winning pretty hard as expected, since Mordekaiser is strong dueling at any stage of the game. But bot lane is very interesting. It seems like they know how to manage the wave. Look at this. It's very
Yeah,
pressuring for the
it
Vayne to
is,
CS
yes.
there. So Kayn is looking for something at mid.
Now mid gonna be smited down. Meanwhile, another play is happening at bot. Bone Skewer gonna connect to the Alistar. The Kayn at mid not gonna amount to anything.
It's still
Now-
pretty peaceful.
Kayn does have the smite. He smites the Oriana there, but still does have smite for the DR. Sejuani might be pincered here by the Kayn and the Fizz. We'll remain and see what happens in this fight for the DR.
Oh, we see a jungler interaction here. Both of
Another
them.
try to respond. Look at the pings coming in from the mini-map. Now Pyke gonna connect the Bone Skewer into the Kayn in the map. The Fizz are gonna connect into the Varus. Varus has to flash out. First blood goes to the Vayne.
Very nice coordination there by the red side, by the
Oh, a
JEBUS
flash choke
squad.
from the Pyke. Are they
Connects.
gonna... They're not gonna engage there again. First blood
Quite
still goes to
unfortunate.
the JEBUS squad.
And that's probably a DR response there. Like, they probably felt the pressure of the rotations. Like, they know that the jungler's bot side. They know that there's quite the lead at bot lane right now in terms of CS. And they responded to that and rotated bot. Stop that pressure from leaking. And they now stop that Drake. Which is one of the priorities that this JEBUS squad should have, since Kane doesn't want to get the DR early. You want to get form, you want to fight for that Drake at some point of the game, but not right now. But this Kane is getting a constant pool of orbs, especially with those ganks in mid, in bot. I'm quite curious as to what progress this Kane has in terms of transformation, as we are now reaching a point in the game where the solo laners have ults.
Now, speaking of solo laners, this Nasus is just getting honestly demolished. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, let's see if that play is gonna happen. The shockwave does connect.
Oh!
The face has to blow the flash there. Good punish from the Orianna.
That E from the Fizz was a bit disrespectful, if I may say so myself. That was very dangerous. That could have been very dangerous.
Yeah, that's true.
That blows the summoner for mid lane. That opens a lot of ganking opportunities for this Sejuani, especially since she now reaches level 6.
Sejuani
very
is
important
seen on
point
top
of the
side.
game.
There is a ward at the bush. Meanwhile, Kane gonna try to go for his own gank here on the mid lane. You see Sejuani on the minimap trying to gank the Mordekaiser. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Orianna might get caught out here. The shockwave does not do anything. Does still get the kill into the face. The flash is
Well
blown.
played.
Can he escape this? The Kane Rs the Orianna and does slay her. But that is a good response, honestly, from the Orianna.
Yeah, that was supposedly a free kill, but that transitioned into a kill because of that flash blown by the Orianna early. Very interesting play right now. The Drake is up right now, and both junglers are at proximity to this Drake. We're just waiting for a play to happen, and red side has priority. They have a lot of control wards at the bot side of the map, and blue side seems to not have much to contest for this, since they're not positioned well enough, as Kane is now starting Drake.
I actually can see, does Kane already have form?
No, I don't think so.
So Giovanni gonna be trying to look for the steal here, but the red side has
This is
control.
very
Yet he gets the smite
scary,
here.
very
The
scary.
steal, it does not happen. So Giovanni is caught out here between 3 members of the red team. I don't know what they're gonna do. Exhaust is popping into the Sejuani, the condemn. And Sejuani just
had flash.
demolishes.
Unfortunate. He got CC'd,
Demolished, rather.
condemned onto the wall. Quite unfortunate since they didn't have vision there. Nice control from the JEBUS squad. Oh? A mid lane fight is occurring. Ignite is popped by the Fizz.
Not much gonna happen though. Okay, the TP
Orianna's
is blown from
TP.
the Nasus. Look at that gold lead on the top side though. The Nasus isn't getting to scale as much.
I mean,
As
that's
in it-
expected. I think
Oh.
this NAS is still doing pretty well.
The
Oh?
Fizz though gonna try to go for the flank. For the dive at the mid lane, doesn't connect to anything. Bane blows the flash on the bot side as well.
As I can see right now, both top laners have no teleports, though the only objective that they can have is the Scuttle as well as the Herald as the play is happening at the jungle.
The Glacial Prison is popped onto the face, but the Sejuani just dies there.
Gets caught out. Unfortunate. You shouldn't be stepping that far out if you don't know where the mid laner is from the opposite team.
That's
A
actually
2k gold
unfortunate.
lead. 2k gold
As-
lead for the red side.
Oh, Pike does have that from below. He could R this. The misses. That is unfortunate. But from Champ Select, they let the Kane through, and now Kane has the 3-0 lead.
Oh. A 3-0 Kane is very scary. Especially with their team comp. If you have a Kane that's annoying to the whole team, backline, frontline. If they play well, if they play with flanks, if they play with collapses, that could just break down the game for the blue side. As well as, I didn't really expect the red side to get away with a lead right now. They have Infernal, they have a 2k gold lead. I thought it would be more even. Since Sejuani and Kane are relatively more on responding and not proactive plays early. Sejuani could go for Nasus ganks, though seems like top side of the detective squad is playing weak side right now. Not much the Sejuani has done for this Nasus.
I mean, what can she do? The more, as you said, the more the Kaiser does counter the Nasus, I don't think.
I think
Maybe
he should
try to
have
relieve
went
some of the
in
pressure.
before 6. Like, that was your probably your opening, cause Nasus is melee. You can stack the passive, you can stack your stun, and then you could probably just blow him up before it even should have reached this point of the game where Nasus is
Something,
just
there is something
sadly
happening.
playing.
Airborne is popped. The Zonya's trying to get away, but the flash is blown from the Kane. Now Sejuani is trying to do something. Ignite is popped. Kane is trying to get this Sejuani. The Ignite takes, and the flash is blown from the face. Does get the Sejuani. Now Pyke's trying to do something here. The Pyke has to blow the flash. That was very careless, actually. Oh no, the Varus now gonna get collapsed by 4 members of the red side. And this is just a demolish from the JEBUS squad. Careless team fights, careless picks from the detectives. On the top lane though, R is popped by the Mordekaiser. Nasus is on the death realm right now. We see a pause. I can't I can't playcast this. Wait a minute. Oh, but Nasus does get the kill onto the Mordekaiser, it seems like.
That's a win generally for the red side. That was unfortunate for the blue side right there. The detective squad just went in one by one, which is a bit uncoordinated if I do say so myself. That now leads to a 5-0 Kane that now has form and can fight and even collapse back onto the team of the detectives. So Nasus can scale now. He got the pick off against the Mordekaiser, which is interesting to say the least, since I would not expect that. Mordekaiser should be trying to extend his lead as far as he can, though that fight was very close. Drake is now spawning and it's an Ocean Soul. That indicates that it's not gonna be, not Ocean Soul, Ocean Drake. That indicates that there's not gonna be an Ocean Soul, though a fight at mid is incurring. Shockwave onto the Fizz leads to a kill, though this Kane that's fed is trying to get what he can get from this play. Healing a lot, though getting shut down by the Orianna. Our playcaster is unfortunately getting technical difficulties. We're gonna try to reach out to him, and viewers, you are now gonna have to deal with my playcasting. As a bot side play is happening, an uncoordinated play from the blue side leads to a flash blown for the Varus, a flash and the heal. As the blue side gets the Drake, uncontested.
Sorry about that. My laptop is working against me.
We are now back with our playcaster.
Just play by play. What happened?
4k gold lead for the red side. All that happened was a blow of summoners for the bot side and a Drake for this blue side team. We see
We are gonna see
a
a 1v1
fight.
in the river. If he's trying to hunt this Sejuani down, Sejuani gonna run away with her life. Is stunned. I think that was glacial prison, but the Kane is not gonna respond. 1Q and she is dead, but the shield from the Orianna. Airborne connects, but the Orianna might be caught out here. The fish kills the Orianna. Fizz gets the kill. 4-11 for the side of JEBUS.
7-1 on this Kane. If I was detectives, I would be very scared of this fight. Like, I would not even step out of my tower at this point. We see Nasus overstepped a bit.
Oh, now that overstep might be punished. Kane trying to tower dive. Does take 2 tower shots and does disengage. Meanwhile, the Fizz trying to look for a gank here at bot lane. The flash pop from the Alistar. The Varus is just dead and popped and the Pike has nothing to do. Condemn comes in. Nothing. There's nothing you can do. Meanwhile, in the top lane,
And another dive.
the Nasus, the tower is now destroyed. Nasus is trying to get something here, but he is in the death realm. 1v1. Nasus and the Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser gets the kill.
This red side is slowly getting away with this game. I see a way for the detectives to come back from this, though it's unlikely. The bot lane has a massive lead for the JEBUS squad. Even the mid lane, not that much on the mid lane though. So I think their win condition right now is probably to scale with Orianna or Nasus.
Oh man.
Because those can play out very well at the late game.
Orianna not gonna be able to chase the Kane here. And actually
One important thing to highlight.
the game.
Yeah. The Kane is just... He has 2 full items right now, as well as boots completed. And there's a TP play at bot.
Now,
This is very
TP from
dangerous.
The Mordekaiser is stunned by the Pike sa Giovanni though in the middle of everything. What are you doing? Fizz trying to respond here on the flank. The Nasus is hard. Nasus might be dead, but the Mordekaiser does kill the Varus. Now Sejuani's turn to die. Solar or the Vayne gets the Sejuani now, and oh, double kill for the Vayne now. Pike does not get the death from below. Tries to get the Vayne, but does it? The Fizz just pops him.
That was an unfortunate turn of events. There were 2 fights occurring here. We see a Mordekaiser trying to engage on the backline. That's zoning the whole team from trying to respond. And Sejuani was just caught out in the middle of 3 people. Sejuani was
Meanwhile,
killed
on the
off
top
and everyone
side-
else was killed.
Topside, just Orianna just popping there from the Kane, not respecting the dominance that JEBUS have on this map. Kane could just roam anywhere. 8-1-5 right now. Gets the Rift Herald as well. They have
15
full
kill
control.
lead.
They have
And-
full control.
Soul. The Soul is Mountain Drake. I don't think Kane is gonna die at all this game. I think he's gonna stay at 1 death. Like, Mountain Soul, you're gonna be so tanky if you get that. They might try to eye for that and then play for more objectives like Baron and probably try to push and siege some kind of lane. They
Mountain
might try
Soul
to eye.
for JEBUS is also bad for the detectives. You see, the Pike has to be delayed by the shield as well. The Varus is not going lethality, so that is a plus for the detectives, but still, a soul for JEBUS is very bad for the detectives. Now they're
A
gonna
play.
be trying to look for a play again here. The Fizz is connected by the Bone Skewer. Shutdown goes to the Nasus here. Fizz gonna get
Overstepping
caught
from
out
the
there.
Fizz. Quite unfortunate. That delays a bit of the play that the red side could have gotten. Though another pick is happening now for the red side.
Overstepping. Oh my god, the shockwave connects to the 2 people. Mordekaiser is in the death realm right now. Sejuani just trying to run away. Glacial Prison is connected onto the Mordekaiser. Death realm. I stand corrected. The death realm does connected the Pike. Meanwhile, on the top part of the fight, Nasus is just running away from everyone else. Mordekaiser
And
gets
another fight at bot.
Pike. Meanwhile, another fight at bot. Varus is trying to kite away the Vayne. But in the top side, that is 2 kills for the JEBUS squad and 1 for the detectives.
This is just pure dominance at this point. I don't think Blue is capable of killing anyone off here. The detectives just can't pin down anyone and burst them down because they don't have enough damage. They don't have enough items. They each have like 1 completed item collectively. I mean, not collectively. 1 each. And I don't think that's enough to kill anyone from the side of JEBUS.
As you've seen on the Fizz, it took 3 members of the blue side to destroy the Fizz, and that is at the expense of their 2 members. Because JEBUS could just respond to anything here because of their map dominance. Look, they're gonna try to get Mountain Drake now. The second tier mid turret is also destroyed. They have complete dominance of this game, and it's gonna take a miracle for detectives to win this.
That is true, as well as the fact that Baron is up now, and they have the capabilities to shred this Baron objective since they have Vayne. That's a lot of damage. You have a Mordekaiser that's capable of zoning a jungler. You just R them and you would you don't have smite anymore to fight for that objective. And as well as a Kayn that could just hide in a bush and wait for picks to come off. In terms of picks, in terms of collapses, in terms of flanks. I wanted to see a more interactive game, though unfortunately enough, that's a 10k gold lead for the JEBUS squad, which might be too big.
Happening at bot. Glacial Prison is gonna get popped with the Fizz, is trying to zone away the Orianna and the Varus. Varus has to blow the flash, but the Orianna is dead. Now double kill goes to the Kayn. The Sejuani trying to do something here, but the 4-man collapse onto the Sejuani, just finishing her off. The Pyke does get away, but that is free 3 kills for the JEBUS side.
Another 2-segment play right there ends up with 3 people dead for the detective squads. It seems like the win conditions are getting very slim at this point.
Honestly. I mean, the Nasus does have the scaling potential, but
oh,
the shutdown though just come from the Nasus. This might be their only hope. The Nasus
Vayne
now
overstepping too much.
Pyke now trying to respond to the Kayn, pops the R. Can he get the kill into the Nasus? Does get the kill, and he might get the double kill as well, but he is gonna disengage. The TP does now come from the Orianna. Orianna now trying to get away. The Shockwave! 2-man Shockwave there, gonna disengage the red side, and the Orianna survives the play. Meanwhile, another fight though, this might be overextended. The Bone Skewer connects to the Fizz. The Fizz is igniting. The death from below not gonna be enough. The Fizz gets away.
Flashes. Very interesting turn of events right there. Almost the pick onto that Fizz. A lot of damage from Varus Q at this point of the game. As I can see, I think the JEBUS squad should just try to get Baron and close this game out. Like, there's no way they can steal an objective at this point. There's too much disengaged options of the red side to try and get Sejuani out, and Nasus won't be enough to try and control all the damage from the JEBUS squad. It's a 10k gold lead, and this Nasus is not tanky enough to sustain against a Vayne, a Kayn, a Mordekaiser, a Fizz. There's too much damage on the red side, and the only way for blue side to get this is get a miracle pick from a miracle play, rather a team fight play.
Miracle play is gonna happen now. 2v1. Nasus trying to fight this Mordekaiser away, but they're both tanky. And Nasus is low health, but can he get the kill? He does not. Oriole's on a rampage.
As I've stated earlier, there's no way, there's no killing this Kayn now. It's 12-7 and he has Death Dance completed. I can't see a scenario where the detective squads can actually come back.
Now another pick. The Sejuani trying to jump over the wall, but the Condemn comes in from the Vayne. Now she is gonna get shredded out, and the Vayne gets the kill.
That looked so clunky. He was trying to get away. Sejuani was trying to get out through that dash onto the wall, but the Condemn though connects to that wall, converting onto a free Baron at this point. 3 people up for the detective squad, so no response can really be made by them against the Baron play of this JEBUS squad.
I mean, just to be fair, okay? A lot of the games that I've played with these detectives are comeback games. We always say, you can't come back from this, we can't come back from this, and somehow we do. I don't, come on, to be fair, to give them a fighting chance, this is possible. However, Death Realm is popped from the Mordekaiser here. The Zhonya's needed by the Orianna to survive. Shockwave, can he escape this? No, the 3-man collapse is just not in the favor of detectives, and they're just getting picked left, right, and center.
A 3-man rather, can't really defend from this strong siege from the red side. Nasus really needs to scale and try to be the winning force for this detective squad.
But
at least the Nasus did get the teleport out. Though the Drake is up, that's a free Drake. A soul point for JEBUS right here. We're waiting for a steal. I want this to happen.
Oh,
it's the only
let's go,
way.
Sejuani. Let's go. Come on, come on. Fizz is now gonna be hiding behind the walls with the pop. Go! Oh my god, the fight just pops there. No steal today. Sejuani gonna be disengaging there, and the JEBUS squad get the dragon.
That's soul point. That's we're looking at a 32-minute Mountain Drake soul for the JEBUS squad, and they still have Baron. They can push however they want. If you want to put Mordekaiser at top side, pressure that. Fizz at bot side, pressure that, and have a 3-man power force in the mid. Kayn, Vayne, and Alistar. You see this Kayn? He's just walking around.
Oh my god. Now,
There's too much healing.
Dead here. The Kayn, oh my god, that's so much heal. The 4-man collapse might not be enough. Glacial Prison does not connect. The Kayn could get away here. Oh no, the Nasus though drops the flash, but the Kayn is dashing out. The shutdown though goes to the Varus.
Too much disrespect from the Kayn there. You might be fed, but 4 people trying to CC you can actually kill you. As now we see a 4-man counter siege on a Baronless detective squad.
Oh no, the Pit might go for the flank here. The Nasus is just popped away. Alistar
What
gets
was
the
that?
kill. Now the flash comes in from the Alistar. Not gonna be followed up by anything, but oh my god.
I feel like this JEBUS squad can push Inhibitor and probably just wait for another Baron and just close it out at this point. I don't see a lot of options for the detective squad. We're now at an almost 15k gold lead in 28 minutes. Even picks like those from Pyke, even hooks like those are not even... They don't amount to much because they can't follow up, they don't have the damage to do so. And if the JEBUS squad counter engages onto them, they just die.
Honestly, a hook from a Pyke would be terrible for the detectives right now because the phase, the Kayn could just get closer to them and just R them whenever they want, honestly.
It depends. They would have to go for... They would have to make sure that 4 people on the map are not near that person. And that's not really gonna happen with the amount of playmaking that this JEBUS squad has and has been showing for this full game. Kayn is about to reach full build. Too much tankiness for the blue side, if I say so. If I do say so myself. It's I guess the Varus can try to melt the Kayn. Look at this. You just heal too much. Even if you have grievous wounds on the side of the detectives, you see that Kayn is just gonna scrub the damage off with a lot of healing. If you have a jungle camp in your proximity, you would just get it. And the bot lane fight right here.
Our misses due to the Zodiac from both teams. Now Sejuani and Pyke trying to chase away here. Glacial Prison does connect onto the Vayne. The Vayne might be caught out here. Varus rather does get the kill. TP now coming from the Nasus, trying to stop this mid lane siege. It does stop.
These are the little wins. These are the little wins that the detective squad should try to aim for. The Vayne was too far forward in that lane, and Fizz was just trying to get out. Quite unfortunate that he gets caught out by the Glacial Prison right there, as that delays the push of the JEBUS squad. They're probably just waiting for objectives to spawn. You have a 1 minute and 30 on the Mountain Drake, which is a soul, and you have a 1 minute Baron timer, which is probably also controlled by the red side, even though they might go for the Mountain Drake first.
But then again, they can afford these mistakes. They're so fed. A 5-1 Mord, a 12-2 Kayn, a 5-3-15 Fizz, 5-2-5 Vayne, 3-0-11 Alistar, by the way. They can afford these mistakes. They can afford to have to be picked here and there.
Oh no, Nasus is getting collapsed on.
Speaking of picks, Nasus might get picked up here. Can he get something out of this? Oriana though gonna try to respond. Shockwave does connect here. Pyke trying to respond as well. The Kayn is away from the Pyke. Kayn might be collapsed on here. The R from the Fizz.
Let's see the healing.
Kayn, let's see this 1v5. Don't get the Varus. Oh my god, the healing. But is it enough? It is not enough. Kayn does get the shutdown. Kane does get the kill from the Varus, but it is on the sacrifice of his own shutdown.
And then Drake is spawning. I am eyeing where if the Sejuani is gonna try for the steal. I don't think he can actually try to steal this. Like, if the Alistar positions properly, zones the Sejuani out, there's no way that Sejuani gets into this pit.
But there's a way.
Or you can just have the phase that can pop anyone that walks into the pit.
Let's see this. If there's a will, there's a way, Rainiel. Do you believe in miracles right now? Miracle,
No.
miracle. Come on, come
No.
on.
It's
There
a
is a
15k gold
miracle.
lead,
Let's
and
see
there's a
this. The fight now
TP.
going into the pit. The 4,000 health on the Drake. Death Realm is gonna get popped onto the pike. 1v1 now. The Sejuani just hovering over the pit. The Vayne could just respond here. The Nasus kiting these three champions away, but the pop is just there from Orioles. The blue team does slay the dragon and they disengage. I told you. Miracles happen, but I don't know if it was enough miracles.
Oh, we're still waiting for more plays like that, though I'm not hopeful for that. The red
The
team is
Nasus
too
does zone
fed.
them for enough time, and they Nasus gives enough time for the blue side to disengage there. Gets the dragon and denies JEBUS the mountain soul.
And now we see JEBUS pathing for Baron. I don't think there's a contest here. Let's see if they can shred this out. We see that Sejuani is pathing towards outside jungle, now pathing towards Baron. Or is he? It doesn't seem like blue side is
Sejuani
smelling
not really
anything,
trying
or they
to
just
steal.
called out no Baron, like no steal. Okay.
That's it.
That's another
Alright,
Baron
okay.
for the red side. It's getting quite dire for the detective squad right here.
This might be the game-ending push right here. Very unfortunate. They're just getting demolished here.
Topside is probably
952.
getting mowed down. These two towers as well as inhibitor, I don't think there's a way for them to defend. And Fizz is also pushing bot.
There's no way. There's no way, right? There's no way.
Probably.
But maybe
You were the one that said there's a will, there's a way.
There's a will,
You
there's
know?
a way, Archon. There's a will, there's a way. No, there's a will, there's a way. The Alistar now going in with the unbreakable will. The shockwave connects the two. The Alistar though is stacking everything. The Varus is damaging everyone from the sidelines. Glacial Prison does connect onto the Alistar. Zonius comes in from the Sejuani. The Zonius also comes in for the Oriana.
Is this
The
another
King, though,
overstep?
is killed by the death from below. The overstep for the Kane, but the Orius is godlike to the Nasus. The Varus is trying to deal as much damage as possible here.
This is such a
the
dirty
Sejuani
fight.
just rushing in into the 3-man.
And I think it's
Now Varus
game.
is trying to
Is
run
it?
away. It could
It's
be
a 4-man
here.
against a 3-man with Baron.
Let's see if
4-man
they try
against a
to push here.
They have
are
minions. There's a
they
lot
are
of minions
gonna-
going into the base right now.
They're going for inhibitor right now. The pull from the Mordekaiser doesn't kill the Pike. Can they defend this?
It seems like they
There's
can.
a will. There's a way.
But
There's
the
will,
3 inhibs
there's a
are
way.
gone.
There's a will. There's a way. The shockwave into the phase. Not gonna be able to kill him though. The Vayne now rushing into the Oriana. Oriana has to blow the flash. 3 inhibitors are down for the blue side.
And they still have Baron for a full minute and 30.
There's a will. There's a way. There's a will. There's
I
a
don't
way.
think so.
There's a
They
will,
have
there's a way.
they have super minions now going to the base, and they're gonna spawn twice every lane now because of the 3 inhibs down for the detective squad.
This is honestly just sad. They are
There's
defending. I'd give them that.
2
They are
minutes for
defending.
Mountain Drake.
But it's Mountain Drake in 2 minutes. Sejuani
And-
did get the steal a while ago. He could go for it again, but the Kane has a 4-level lead on her. I don't think there is a universe where this is killable.
Probably not, but if they get the pick off Kane, like from earlier, they might be able to get control of that Drake.
Sure, yeah, uh-huh.
6 super minions now marching onto the base. This is scary. I really don't like 3 inhibs down. Like, it's probably 10% of games where there's a, not even 10, like 1% of games where comebacks from 3 inhibs down is possible. I personally haven't had a game where I've had a 3 inhib comeback, 3 inhib down comeback. And there's push happening for bot side and mid. A lot of super minions marching onto the base of the detective squad, though not much happening as a Fizz R is blown. You see people walking inside the base of the blue side. I'm waiting for an engage as I said it. Something happens.
The Alistar. This might be the game-ending push. The Nasus now getting pulled back here. The Nasus just trying to tank away everything, but there's nothing to be done. This is game now, I'm pretty sure. Alistar now connecting onto the Shockwave though, connecting onto the Fizz. The Fizz just jumping in and out. The Varus is gonna get popped. The Pike's trying to do something here, but the super minions are just pushing into the base. This is game. Honestly, the detectives have been destroyed. And just absolutely crashed. But the shutdown does come in for the Mordekaiser, but it's not gonna be enough. JEBUS goes away with the first game.
That was a very well played game from JEBUS. It's just this Kane had too much presence the whole game. You saw those plays. Even if you try to overstep, if you heal everything back up, you're basically immortal. Like, I don't know how you even kill a Kane, I meant, that has a too big of an advantage against the opponent jungler. That was unfortunate from the side of detectives. They didn't get to control and get to the point of the game where they can try to fight front to back. And yeah, he was really just got away with it.
The Kane, not banning the Kane. When it was the Kane that destroyed them on the first game against JEBUS.
We're probably gonna see a targeted Kane ban next game. That was a scary performance from HyperDeath Z from the JEBUS squad. I would be scared to my bones.
Honestly.
Even if I was a tank, no, I will not stand for a Kane that can do that to me a whole game. I wouldn't be able to do anything. I would be stuck on the tower and I'm probably still be dead.
Honestly, I don't know why they let that through, but the Kane just out jungled the Sejuani, you know, getting these objectives, getting these ganks, just running away with the game. And another thing that went by kind of unnoticed was that the Nasus didn't get to scale. He just got demolished by the Mordekaiser in solo lane, and there was nothing to farm because the JEBUS side had just so much map domination in that game.
We still have to take note that he got a solo kill. There was a glimpse of hope for the second for the Nasus, but there was already too much happening for the other sides of the map that it was just not comebackable for the detective squads.
Honestly, now JEBUS gonna be going away with that win. We'll see if the detectives can get revenge in game 2. We'll be right back. Now we are back for the second game. Now the JEBUS squad taking away that game.
The first game was scary. I would ban Kane. That's my main comment.
What
I
should be the
ban Kane.
okay?
Ban Kane.
Aside from Kane, what should the detectives try to ban here?
If you can, penta ban Kane. Is that the thing? Okay, maybe not. Probably ban Kane's. As far as the other lanes are concerned, I don't think the detective squads need to prioritize anything else other than the Kane. That was the only striking thing. I guess they could ban. They could ban the targets that they've banned at the previous game. So probably we're gonna probably see. If the detective squads get the Pike pick again, they might try to ban Morgana again, or the JEBUS squad may try to ban Pike out and maybe the Sejuani out to release some stress through the comfort pick bans against the detective squads. As far as the others, I think this is still gonna be. It's either they're going for their main priority picks, their main picks, their main comfort picks for the next game. As we are now heading into the Champ Select, we are waiting patiently to see what is gonna unfold for this match. Second game of the day. Viewers, don't forget to like and follow this page and be excited for the tournament that's upcoming. SIK LABAN again.
Wow, fame whore.
No.
Learn from your mistakes.
Okay. We see the ribbon ban. Pretty standard so far. We're probably gonna see the same bans. Maybe not Samira and Cat. I think they've caught on to the fact that the Samira and Cat player is not in the game. Okay. Maybe
Never mind.
okay, maybe that's not targeted. I think they just don't want to play against Samira.
Maybe,
Samira is
maybe.
a very strong ADC, even a laner
Yeah.
at some points of the meta.
You shouldn't be so full of yourself, Archon.
I mean, that's what you hinted on the first match. We
No,
still
no,
see a Jhin ban. I want to see a Kane ban. Like, if this doesn't happen, I'm quitting spectating. This is not happening.
If they don't ban the Kane, at least they should have
A response to it.
Yes.
Maybe
I forgot to mention the blue side did lose the first game. Detectives did lose the first game, which means that they get side selection and they did pick the blue side here. Forgot to mention that. I'm sorry.
yeah, so they have first bans, first picks. We're gonna look at what they have in store for us as the Pike is banned off. What are the detectives gonna try to focus now? One of their
Shenanigans are they up to? Huh?
oh,
No Kane ban. No Kane
Huh.
ban.
this
Maybe
is
they want, hey, maybe
this
they
is
want to
very.
maybe they want to
I think they have
themselves.
pride. Like, I think they want to crush the pride of this Kane. Like, this is disrespect.
The Thresh is
Or maybe
bad.
they're gonna pick
That'd be a
Kane.
Kane.
Oh,
Hey, I told you, it was
A
Kane.
counter pick. A counter
That's
pick
a
for
counter pick.
counter pick for. I meant a pick against the previous outcome of the game. This is a Kane for the blue side, for the detective squad. I know two people that consider that as a comfort pick from this detective squad. We are
We're
waiting
gonna
on
be
who that
seeing
is gonna be.
Who that would be now. Kha'Zix is gonna be the response. Never mind, I should not listen to hovers. We're gonna be
Graves is a
waiting
strong
here.
jungler as well. I have not seen Graves for a long time now, but I know for a fact that this is a strong jungler. I should be
And is that a
scared
good
of.
response
Lane.
to the Kane?
I am not sure. Graves. I am not that familiar with the way Graves wants to play out the game, but one fact is certain. One thing is for sure. Graves is a strong jungler, so it's either they're gonna duel it out, or they're gonna try to itemize to make this Graves a carry to some extent. But Fiora is a late game carry as well, so we see dominant picks for the red side,
The Kane
and
ban is kind of weird there because they could have just taken
Ignorant
Kane
troll.
for themselves because the blue side has to ban the Kane
Morgana.
The Morgana. So
They have Morgana. That's
question
interesting.
mark things on the Caitlyn ban.
Not really. Maybe they don't want to pick up the Caitlyn. Maybe the Solar
Maybe
doesn't
they have,
want to play Caitlyn. And Caitlyn is strong if you pair that with Karma.
That is
So
true.
we're waiting
Yone
on
though could
this
go top or
timing.
mid or bot. It is a flex pick. Oh no ban. Oh Yasuo gonna be banned.
Interesting. I guess that's the brother duo of Yasuo and Yone. They attract a lot of fear onto
Now
the people of
Fizz gonna be
Summoner's
banned
Rift.
here.
Okay.
Fizz is another power pick from the last game that just snowballed JEBUS' victory. They're gonna be banning that champion.
We're gonna wait on probably the ADC pick now. Lucian. Interesting. Lucian is very strong early and at some points of the match is unstoppable as an ADC even. Like, you see Lucian go mid, you see Lucian go top. Like, if an ADC is going to other lanes, that means that ADC is strong. So, a dominant pick for the spot side for the JEBUS squad.
Go mid though.
Of Vladimir.
There is a chance that the Lucian could go mid. Vladimir gonna be coming for the detectives. Is Lucian Morgana good? Is it a good synergy in bot lane?
Not as good as Caitlyn, but I don't necessarily see the problem with it. Normally, you wouldn't want to pair Morgana with champs like Ashe, Kog'Maw, which are they ramp up their damage. You want to pair Morgana with someone that can just burst up front, like a Caitlyn. If you get the root off, you get the trap off. That's 2 headshots for sure, as well as a lot of damage coming in from that duo. And Lucian fits that role. You have upfront damage.
Bro.
Okay.
So it's a Morgana mid.
Okay.
That's actually a good answer to the LeBlanc.
That's a good answer to LeBlanc. I'm scared of Morgana as LeBlanc. We've seen this from the... Okay, this is a pro play reference.
Yeah, the SKT versus... was that EDG?
I don't remember.
I'm
not sure.
LeBlanc
was
of
Faker. LeBlanc of Faker was countered initially by a Morgana. Are we gonna see this magnitude of gameplay between these two teams? I want to see it. I want to see if LeBlanc is still gonna get dumpstered by a Morgana, or will this be a form of redemption for LeBlanc? So as I look at the team comps, we have Saint Ali on a Vladimir, which isn't really normally play that bot lane anymore. He was the bot laner for the last game, and it seems like they're gonna opt for a swap of roles. The expected roles are Vladimir going top, LeBlanc going mid, and then Karma Yone bot against Solution Braum. Okay. I want to hear your comments on this. Is this... I think this is very scary. You are familiar of a bot lane Yone pick. You know this.
At first, yeah, it is very scary. The Yone could just choose to engage in the Karma, has the good support there. But at the same time, if Lucian and Braum could just survive in bot lane, and the expectation is that Morgana would crush this LeBlanc, right? LeBlanc wouldn't get to roam to bot side, which means that the Lucian and Braum could just play for mid game, right? Like they could just get away from lane, go to mid, go to top, as you've said, and just farm and just accumulate huge amounts of gold. And if the LeBlanc here could not respond to the Morgana, then we could very definitely see that happening.
Okay, there's one thing that you're missing. Lucian and Braum is a dominant lane. Number 1, Braum has a passive that synergizes with Lucian. That's a free stun. You don't have a spell shield on this Yone Karma lane. You have a Yone. I guess you can have engage in terms of the dash, the clone dash of Yone. I'm not sure what that's called. But you have a Braum that can shield the solution, and you have counter engage options in terms of Braum as well as an engage option with a passive of Braum as well. And it seems like I feel like these two teams are evenly matched in terms of solo lane carry potential. I would say I would favor Vladimir for late game, and then maybe Morgana for the other side of the pick and bans. But Yone Karma, I think, would have a very hard time, in contrary to what you said. I mean, Yone can dominate the
Mm.
lane because
Mm.
you have strong engage with Yone, you have R, you have I don't I hate Yone. You just have so much stuff in your kit happening for you. But Lucian Braum is recognized as one of the strongest duos for bot lane. It's like on the same caliber as Morgana Caitlyn. So I want to see this bot lane action happen. I want to see if this Yone can try to damage his way through this strong bot lane pick from the JEBUS side.
Now, even as you say that, another thing that I've noticed is that detectives have three AP champions on their side.
I
It's
forgot to
Karma,
mention that.
Vladimir, and LeBlanc. And it is, I did point this out also in the first game for JEBUS side, and JEBUS did manage to win that fight, but it's still a disadvantage for them, especially
Okay,
LeBlanc, which is going to be already bad.
this is the thing. You're familiar about three AP comps, right? But
Yep.
you have a Yone.
Hmm.
I mean, I would say the Yone could actually amount to can step up as the main damage dealer at this game. Even if you have three damage options, I mean, Vladimir, LeBlanc can carry. They have strong damage numbers. But Yone still has consistent AD damage, so I think itemizing solely MR would be regretful for the JEBUS side. They have to be dynamic with their item choices.
Hmm.
If Yone scales, they have to itemize for probably armor, or if they want go for plays that would kill the Yone. And if the AP champs of this detective squad get fed, they have to itemize for MR. So there's a lot of flexibility in terms of comp, even though detectives do have a three-man AP comp. I want to see how this would unfold. I also want to mention Kane is still a consistent damage dealer as well as a
That's
frontline,
true.
and this is a red Kane again.
Hmm.
We want to
But
see the same level of dominance as Hyper Death Z with this performance of Kane from Detective Wen.
but then again, as you've said, as we drop into Summoner's Rift right now, uh, if the Lucian and the Braum could dismantle this Yone Carmel bot, then there's just no way for the Yone to itemize and damage and deal damage against JEBUS, which in turn could just free up
We'll
JEBUS's
wait and
item
see.
and could
I
just
am confident that the action in bot lane would be a deciding factor for this game, not just jungle. I don't think Kane and Graves are going to be the whole deciding factor. I think the outcome of the bot lane is going to be a big deciding factor as well as the top lane. You have two scaling champs. You have Vladimir, you have Fiora. Fiora is a strong split pusher, so if you let her get away with split pushing, that's already bad for the side of the detectives. But if you get this Vladimir to a point where you can just flash R Hemoplague and just rain down damage onto the team comp of this red side, there's two scenarios. It's either you win by split push for the red side. I think I would opt for that playstyle, or you go for upfront team fight power for the detectives. Another peaceful early game here.
not.
I really want to see
Okay.
action.
No, Antics level 1. This is surprising. I mean, invades have been popularized especially
I
at
think that's just
lane.
us.
No,
think that's just us.
did you see Worlds? I mean, level 1 invades could make or
Oh,
break the game now that they're coming in from the Morgana there. Oh, this might be a 1-for-1 trade here. Not gonna be able to do anything here though, just blow for blow. As I was saying, at Worlds, especially in the group stage, level 1 invades could determine the game. And not seeing things from that, even though, yeah, I am biased because most of my games, there are level 1 invades. But my
and I
point
am a part
is,
of those games, mind you.
proudly a part of those games. Don't turn back, never change. But
Okay.
the point being, not going for this level 1 aggressiveness, uh, is kind of, you know, kind of weird.
Just say
To
it.
some
We want
extent.
action. That's it.
Come on, come on. I want to envelop it with a sense of I'm smart. I know what I'm
Okay.
talking about. Oh,
This
here's
Morgana has been
look
hitting
at
a
this.
lot of these bindings.
This is
Dominant
what we've been
performance so
talking
far.
about. Meanwhile, on the top lane, a gang from the Kane. Let's see if anything happens. The parry does come in from the Fiora. Fiora trying to escape, but is low health. The flash is blown from the Vladimir, and the Fiora and First Blood goes to the Kane.
Okay, I take back my statement about I don't want to see Kane carry anymore, and I want
You
top
want to
lane.
see Kane
At this
carry
point
now.
of the game, we have another First Blood for a Kane. Will this be a
Oh,
counter?
maybe a response on the bot lane. Graves gonna be doing nothing, honestly.
A lot
Oh,
of pride
the
here, like,
LeBlanc
but the play
popping
at
the
mid.
ignite. The flash coming in. Oh, does it take down? It doesn't. The flash is blown from the LeBlanc and the Morgana. Flash for flash there in the mid lane. Ignite though
That's
also comes
a
from the
summoner
LeBlanc.
advantage for LeBlanc. I mean Morgana. He still has the ignite, so they might try to take advantage of that.
Still pretty careless there though from the Morgana. Not
There's a
respecting the LeBlanc.
600 gold lead for the blue side, which
And you
is
know where it is?
very interesting.
You know
I
where it
am
is?
looking. I'm
On the
looking.
Kane.
It's the Kane.
It is
Of
the Kane.
course it is.
This
It's
might be
the Kane
another
from the
Kane
last game.
carry.
Will this be another Kane carry? If it is, I hope the next game that we'll cast is not another Kane. I want
Maybe
it to be
ban
banned.
Kane, guys. Just saying. The root does come from the Karma here. The Lucian trying to fight away. The flash
And that's
is
a
blown
flash
from the
blown.
Braum.
Big summoner take for
Oh,
the
look at
detective
the
squads there.
Yone now. Yone rushing into the Lucian. Does have the escape there. The Kane trying to gank now.
He does have
Gonna
flash.
be able to disengage. But the flash
Okay.
from the Braum,
Nothing to
very
be had.
careless. I mean, nothing to be had. It's a flash from the Braum.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say if this Morgana still has 100% hit rate with Root, I would be scared. I would ban this champ next game as well.
Now, Kane does have control over the pit. Doesn't look like he would.
Drake
Trying
is
to get
open. Again,
Look at the Graves now pinging onto the Ocean Drake as well.
that's a proactive play that they could make right here. Even though Kane has an advantage, he still doesn't have form. So that advantage is at least a little bit suppressed in terms of power if you had form. So they might try to take this now so that they don't have to fight the Kane for future dragons where there's a form for this Kane. Not really much we can try to talk about here. Both junglers are pretty peaceful so far. Graves hovering at the Drake right here. It's an Ocean Drake. And the Kane is gonna try to farm up for probably transformation.
Wait, I just noticed. Does Graves usually go Dark Harvest? Is that a thing?
Oh. I actually don't know. I'm not sure, but I think it's either please don't scold me, Graves players. I think it's either Phase Rush, Predator, Fleet Footwork, or Conqueror. I think.
Now Kane going in
The
for
big
another
question
gank. Does drop the smite onto the Fiora. Fiora has the parry. Can he get the kill? He cannot. The Fiora dashes away. But meanwhile, in the mid lane, a fight is happening. Not gonna amount to anything. Look at top side though. Graves is hovering onto the top side. He spotted that with the control ward, and nothing's gonna happen out of that camp.
The lane is frozen on the side of blue here for the Vladimir. That's huge for this because the Fiora is forced to stay with not much health, and Vladimir can just control it here. This Fiora would have to back and TP and probably try to break the freeze in order to be able to play this game out properly. Fiora style.
Fiora style, yeah.
Yes.
Still, no one getting or trying to get priority onto the ocean. That's actually kind of surprising because, you know, it's an ocean.
It's a very strong early game Drake, but seems like the junglers are opting to clear more and try to scale late game with camps.
I guess
And
the
there's
Kayn could be justified. Does Kayn have form?
I don't think he doesn't have. I'm pretty
Kayn
sure.
doesn't have form, so I think he could still be looking for that before going to Drake. The Graves trying to farm up and clear his camps maybe before
This
going.
Kayn is okay. That's a lot of things for the red side. Seeing the clear of that, I thought that was a play onto Drake
Oh,
by
look
the
at top
Kayn.
lane,
Yeah,
though.
he is starting it off.
Kayn is 1v1ing the dragon. LeBlanc trying
What
to
side
go to the
has
top
priority?
side. Oh, ward.
This is a free Drake for the Kayn. Surprising enough.
Okay. The Lucian won't try to contest this. Does try to put some damage into the Yone for the trade. Can
Is this a
Morgana
free
arrive on
Drake?
time,
We
though?
see Morgana arriving onto the pit.
This might be a fight. Karma might get caught out here. Morgana still not going
A
for
flash.
the binding.
for
Both
flash.
flashes going for the Morgana and the Karma. But that's gonna be Ocean Drake for the blue side. Oh. Meanwhile, on the top side, trade is happening. I thought there was gonna be a kill there.
Vladimir Hemoplague was popped, which is a concerning factor for this Vladimir. You have to consider that not having that option is scary. As well as these two champs do have very annoying invincibility points. You have a parry and you have a pull. I hate those kinds of champs, but they're still late game champions, so I'm not really seeing that much action in terms of the lanes as well as the mid lane. I think Morgana is just trying to suppress this LeBlanc from scaling because a fed LeBlanc is as strong as a war. I mean, someone that's deprived of CS, as LeBlanc more so, will not be able to do anything
The
late game.
Morgana, I don't think Morgana's really doing her job because LeBlanc can still roam. LeBlanc,
No,
you see the top
I think the Morgana's doing fine. Like, not dying to the LeBlanc is already a big win. If you're a mid laner that is fighting against LeBlanc, if LeBlanc doesn't kill you, you win the game. In my opinion, at least.
Speaking of camp,
'Cause-
Graves now going here.
Oh, and the
Yone
pick
now going
onto
in, rooted
Lucian.
from the Yone. Yone tries to R. Now the ignite popping for the Lucian. Lucian is taking down. Doesn't amount to anything there in the bottom lane though.
That's a flash against the Lucian.
Now we
Very
see another
nice
gang on the
pick
top lane.
for that Karma. That root amounted to a flash because of the follow-up from the Yone rather.
Yone
We're
is
reaching a
already
point.
starting to scale. Yo.
Yeah, he is. And we're reaching a point where Kayn is about to get form, and
Uh-huh.
I feel the game is gonna accelerate a lot once this Kayn gets form. I want to see a lot of skirmishes in topside river, botside river. Depends on where the primary objective is. For now, we see that the primary objectives would be the Rift Herald, and the JEBUS squad does have the Scuttle Crab and Vision onto the Rift Herald. And they probably also have priority at topside because this Fiora is... Actually, never mind. This is the turning point of this fight. Not much a turning point because it's still Fiora. And that...
I didn't
That's
take
what I
the play
call.
because I thought that is just a trade.
I thought that was not gonna happen. Like,
Yeah, Fiora though gonna be overextending there. The Vladimir does get the kill, leashed by the tower.
Nice pick by that Vladimir, responding very calmly. I might add.
Now,
As
a
a play is
4-man
happening
collapse on
about
the
a
bot,
4-man play,
not-
but there's
not
no
really
Drake
gonna
to be
matter.
had here. That's 1.5
Surprisingly,
minutes.
Graves is not going for Herald here. He sees the 4 people bot. He could go try
He's
to go Herald, but he
Still
just cleared
going
his
for
top camp.
camps. This Vladimir is scaling so well. You have a Vladimir that's 1-0-1, and this Morgana's caught out
Oh,
here.
Morgana gonna get picked up by 4 members of the detective side. What? Morgana does kill the Yone. Brom pops the R, the ultimate, double kill for the Vladimir. I am not tracking this. Okay, the Brom is now trying to shield away the Lucian. The Lucian though is left here. The Vladimir is popped by the Lucian, and the Kane is gonna trade that. That is a 3-4-2 on favor of the detective. I did not track that.
That was
Here
a
we see the
nice...
replay.
I was also not tracking onto that. There were so many stuff happening. It was blow for blow by these two teams, but it seems like to be honest, it was supposedly a blue side favored fight to begin with, and they did execute well there. Though the Vladimir did get killed in that fight, quite unfortunate. I think that was a shutdown.
But you
Against
already
that
see
Vladimir.
the detectives building some sort of small leads. 2k advantage in gold advantage, 3 kills advantage as well. Ocean Drake is here. Rift Herald still not being taken by either team. So the detectives could try to look for a snowball here.
One thing to point out though, as Drake is spawning in 5 seconds, we see that topside, Fiora has TP priority. It's about to go up, and Vladimir just used it in that one fight bot side.
Oh, as you
fight
can
is
see now, the binding not gonna be able to connect onto the Vladimir. Fiora still low health, but JEBUS
This
squad are
Vladimir
taking
is
the
so
Herald.
strong.
Oh, the flash from the Vladimir just pops the Fiora out. 0-3. Okay, 0-3 now. 4-1 for the Vladimir. I think this is gonna be a trade for DR and Herald.
That was so much damage from Vladimir. I didn't expect that. That
Now
was...
the TP is neutralized from that DR play as well. That was actually a good cross play because Fiora could not respond to anything in the Dragon Pit because she's dead.
This is... It seems like blue side is on a way to snowball this game. It's a
now
fed
LeBlanc
Vladimir. And you
trying
know
to
that
go
a
for
fled
this Morgana,
Vladimir.
but the Morgana trying to CC does get away from the shackles. LeBlanc going away. Flash from the Kane blown. Oh, the binding from the Morgana trying to go for more here. LeBlanc does not hit the root and they disengage.
As I was saying, this game is looking to be a snowball for the detective squad. You see that the Vladimir is 4-1, and Vladimir is considered as a very late game team fight carry champ. So I want to see that kind of playstyle for this detective squad. They know that they have an advantage topside. I want them to use that advantage. Just try to survive the other lanes. It doesn't have to be a lot of leads. They just have to try to reach a point where the team fights are dictated by this Vladimir.
Now speaking of the Vladimir dictating the fights, Vladimir might not be able to save this Kane. The Kane does get away in that fight.
Okay.
Okay.
Not much really happening, though the pressure exerted by this Vladimir onto the Fiora is quite scary if I was the laner. I wouldn't want to be in a position of this Fiora right now because this Vladimir is just gonna heal up everything and could even possibly be dove on by this Vladimir if she does overstep.
Now, let's talk about what the options for the JEBUS side are. The Lucian is matching the Yone, actually having a 12 CS lead on the Yone. The Morgana is also kind of matching the LeBlanc here. The problem for the JEBUS side is the Kane and the Vladimir. So, what do you think is the option that they could take in order to counter these two champs?
So, I think that the option for okay, if I just ensue them topside and Vladimir just pop this Fiora. As I was saying, I don't think it's an option anymore to go for Fiora split push type of playstyle. Like, I don't think anyone could just respond to them and
This might be
kill
the
the
play though.
Fiora.
The Shaka is going in for the Morgana, diving the tower. The Karma is rooted, but it isn't finished. The Lucian finishing the job, but the Kane trying to get something here. This might be the 1v3. Oh my god, the Cosmic Binding does connect. The shutdown goes to the Morgana. The Donna
Cosmic
stays for
Binding.
life. Cosmic Binding.
We don't
Dark
have a
Binding.
Lux
Now
here.
LeBlanc popping here. Oh my god, the Morgana is
You
popped
see
there.
a
By the
replay,
LeBlanc.
a 4-man dive, and there's. I don't
Okay,
think.
I was shoutcasting the actual fight that happened. So to
I think
impress,
LeBlanc killed Morgana there.
yes, LeBlanc killed the Morgana there, dive them and just went away. The JEBUS side also disengaged there. That ended up being a 3-for 1, I'd like to say.
I don't
Yeah,
think
a 3
it's
for
two. It's two for the detectives. I don't know who's
a
that.
3 for
I think
2,
it's.
a 3
I
for
think it's
2.
a 2-for. It's a 3-for-2. It's a 2-for-3. 2 for the detectives and 3 for the JEBUS squad.
That might have been the options for the JEBUS squad. Maybe
But
instead of playing top lane, they could play for the Lucian and the Braum.
they still haven't experienced the wrath of this Vladimir late game. Like, you have a 5-on Vladimir. I wouldn't want to extend this game for long, because if this Vladimir gets Death Cap, which seems to be what he's itemizing for right now, it's either Zhonya's or Death Cap, which are both strong options for this Vladimir. Depends on what he tries to prioritize.
Now Shelly gonna be popping once on the mid lane. Oh my
The
god!
damage from this Vladimir. Is he dead?
In. The parry is okay.
Not
the parry
enough.
is not enough. Okay, Vladimir is just. I think Vladimir is just running
Steamrolling
away with
this
this game.
top lane.
Now Braum is gonna try to respond. Morgana is there to collapse. The oh my god, the flash though from the Vladimir might get the Braum here. The LeBlanc
That's a
does get the
kill.
kill. The LeBlanc already has 7 stacks on the Dark Seal. Now Morgana's trying to run away. The binding does connect, but the Karma is here to respond. They do disengage, but they get top tower and the kill.
That's a 2-man advantage for the side of Detective here, but it seems like the JEBUS squad is gonna try to sneak this Drake out. There's 4-man top, and despite the 2-man lead,
Okay,
they see the Kane, and that's a free Drake for the JEBUS squad right here.
good cross-play map. Cross-map play from the JEBUS
JEBUS
side.
squad.
However, the detectives did get 2 kills and the tower there. Still running
3k
away.
gold lead, by the
Running
way,
gold.
for the
Oh, now a 1v1.
detective squad.
Vladimir and Fiora. Fiora trying to exact revenge here. 3-level lead for. Oh my god, this might be the shotgun. The flash is blown from the Fiora. This might be dead. 900 gold to the Fiora's name.
So that's a redeeming thing that they should try to go for. If the Fiora gets to a point where she can come back to, again, the first strategy that they have, though that's unlikely. I think there's not the clear path of winning for the JEBUS side, I might say, because I would opt for a split push comp right now, because team fighting, I think, would be in the favor of the detectives quite heavily. With Kane, with Yone, with Vladimir, with the shielding bot, Karma, as well as a LeBlanc that can just get picks after picks on the sidelines.
Looks like there's gonna be a fight bot. Binding does connect into the Kane. The Lucian just popping in, but the Morgana does get the kill from the Shackles. Now Vladimir 1v3, and can he do it? Oh no, he is stunned. He is rooted. The CC for days does get the channel in. The health is restored. The binding does not connect, and he might get away with his life, and he does. Now the Morgana might be looking for a re-engage here, binding onto the LeBlanc. LeBlanc, what are you doing?
To be fair, that wasn't warded. That was control warded, so that was a
That's
lucky
fair.
bind
That is
by
fair.
the Morgana. So this Drake seems to be
Lateral
out of
damage
position.
oh no, out of position. Graves is dead. Collateral damage, not gonna be able to save the Graves there.
2k gold lead for the blue side. Though it doesn't look as commanding as it is when you look at it in terms of numbers. If you think of it together with the champion, you have Vladimir. It's probably all Vladimir. This 2k gold lead is all funneled to the Vladimir. So I would prioritize getting him off, but that's not really an easy feat to get off because Vladimir has invincibility options as well as a lot of healing.
But the JEBUS
So
side already now, catching up. The gold lead has been cut to 1.5k. It was, I'm pretty sure it was 3k or 3.5k.
it was at some point 3 or 4k.
The picks from the blue, getting picked off from the blue side.
Drake is spawning in 2 minutes, which could be prioritized by the detective squads because this Vladimir is online. You have 2 massive AP items for this Vladimir.
Oh, the Lucian though might get driven in. The R from the Yone does connect. Now the Brom's trying to respond, trying to save him. The Yone is away. The Morgana trying to respond. The Twin Shadows does connect to the Kane. The Kane though is just on the back line. Oh my god, what are you doing, Morgana? Lucian is just dead. And now the Graves and the Brom trying to get away. The Morgana is zoning the Karma and the Yone away. The LeBlanc trying to respond here. The Graves blows the flash, but the LeBlanc finishes the job. Morgana does get the kill onto the Karma on the bot lane, but he is gonna get caught up between the Morgana, the Kane, and the LeBlanc. Meanwhile, on the top side, Fiora and Vladimir having a 1v1. The Fiora rushing into the Vladimir. The Vladimir has low health. Can he clutch this? The channel now going in. The heal is there. The parry though does get the kill onto the Vladimir.
Nice outplay.
Vladimir offline. The Brom trying to back here. Kane might go for more. The Oracle does spot the Brom, but it is not gonna be followed up.
We see the curse here.
2 for 2 for 2? 2 for 3? Actually,
you see that
sure.
1v1? That was masterful work by the Fiora. That parry denied a lot of time for that Vladimir to heal. Nice work for this JEBUS squad.
At the time that the Vladimir was online, the Fiora just shots it down, presses the power button on the Vladimir. It looks like Vladimir, he is fed, but he can be countered and he can be picked off. Meanwhile, speaking of picked off, LeBlanc is getting chased down by the Morgana, not gonna be able to connect on the
Drake is spawning. That's 15 seconds on Drake for now. And
yeah,
Kane is top side, Graves is bot side, and
the vision is on the favor of the detectives.
In terms of TP, this Fiora has a TP advantage, so Vladimir should try to go towards this Drake pit right now. This Fiora can just split push until they would need to TP for this fight, so good on for this JEBUS squad to just try to pressure this detective squad to stay in the Drake pit.
Vladimir though still hurts. Oh my
so
god!
Much damage.
The Morgana is almost popped. The Yone trying to run away, but this is the engage. Oh my god! The Vladimir and the Kane has just so much damage. You can see them being fed. The 4 kills, triple kill for the Vladimir. Meanwhile, Morgana finishes off the Karma there. It's now a 2v2. The Fiora now going for the TP, and it's a 2 for 1. Oh my god! The Fiora is now online. The Fiora was behind. The Fiora was behind, and now
the Fiora was 1-5, and she's now 5-5. Was it? Yes, she did. She went back from such a commanding lead from that Vladimir. I didn't think it was possible, but I think now the split comp option is available for this JEBUS squad.
I've already told you. You know, the gold lead is being caught by this Fiora. The Vladimir is not. He did get the triple kill.
You did see the damage though. That damage from Vladimir exploded 3 people from the backline, but there was a misplay. I would say that Kane misplayed that fight right there. If the Fiora didn't get to pop the ult onto that Kane and kill him, I think that fight would have gone the way of the detectives. The Vladimir could just try to kill the Fiora by just consistent Qs and consistent Es, as well as consistent damage from the Kane, but quite unfortunate that
this Fiora here. Meanwhile, they're gonna try to engage the Kane now, dashing into the Morgana. The art from the Yone does connect airborne for days now. The Prom is just trying to run away. The LeBlanc gonna finish the job, and Karma gets the kill.
And that's another pick for this detective squad, and they're pinging for Baron.
Fiora is on the top side. She can try to respond.
But Lucian is bot side. That's a 2-man response at most. The
What,
death
Fiora
timers are
1v5?
25 on Morgana and
Hyperdet's
20.
new bin? Hyperdet's new bin? Let's see this.
No, a pentakill late game.
New
I want to
bin?
see that,
New bin?
but you know, we want this to extend to game 3.
The JEBUS
So,
is hovering
let's go,
over
detectives.
here. Oh, the Graves now jumping over the wall. This might be a premature jump though. The LeBlanc is blowing him out. The Graves is dead. Meanwhile, the Fiora 1v1ing the Vladimir outside of the pit. The Zonias is pop, delaying so much, but the blue team does get the Baron. And now they're gonna get away. They're gonna try
Or
to
are they
chase
gonna
her.
counter engage?
Okay, let's see this. Now the Lucian is zoned away in the top side. They're gonna be successfully disengaging here, but the blue team still gets the Baron. Oh. Okay, that doesn't amount to anything.
This is a point in the game where I think the detective squad can just burst down this game open. You have a Vladimir that has 3 items now. You have Zonia's. That's massive. You can do a lot of things with this Vladimir. So much damage and a lot of healing options in terms of the invincibility from Pool as well as the Zonias. You also have a Yone that has a very huge art engage that I still really think should be nerfed as well. As
Okay, now Kane gonna get picked off though. Oh my god, the 3-man collapse. Ars to the Brom does dodge the collateral damage but doesn't dodge the binding from the Morgana.
Massive
that is very
miscommunication
careless.
there. You shouldn't have overstepped there. There was nothing to be had. There's no Drake. I think it was just the control ward. You didn't even get the control ward.
Okay.
So
I want you to pay
have...
attention on the LeBlanc. Okay, now look.
Okay,
Pay attention
we're
to
now
the LeBlanc. What is that now? Look at the damage. 10 stacks on the Dark Seal. 406. He could transition this into a
Yeah,
Mega.
such a big bias when it comes to Dark Seals and Magi.
I mean, 406. Come on.
That can happen for this LeBlanc. That's a very big buy if she actually can stack that. As well as if you get that damage, I want to look at the defensive options of JEBUS right here. Remember when we talked about itemizing properly? At this state of the game, I think they should prioritize magic resist. I see a lot of magic resist on Fiora, that's good. But nothing on anyone else.
You
That
know
is
what
scary.
I've been talking about at the start of this game. Three magic damage champions, and you have to build MR here, but the only person building here is Fiora. So Lucian does not have much survivability. The Morgana could try to disengage with the binding, but once she is rooted, it's over. She is also popped off. The Brum could try to peel for the Lucian and the Graves, but he also can't handle those three magic champions,
yeah.
especially the Vladimir.
We have 30 seconds on Drake, so we're probably gonna see another fight
Oh,
happening.
LeBlanc might be collapsed here though. The
Oh,
from the
a
Morgana,
binding.
the shackle. Oh my god, he does escape. The Kane though might be stuck here. The R from the Lucian is popped. The LeBlanc pops the Zonias. The root is... Oh, how does the LeBlanc escape? The Kane escapes as well. That was very masterful play from the LeBlanc.
So they're in a bad spot right now. Drake is up. That's a free soul point if they don't contest this.
Okay,
Kane's
might be
getting
caught out though. Trying to
so
get the Morgana
zoned.
here. The TP coming in from the Vladimir. The Vladimir might be able to save this 2v3 right now.
I want to see this
Graves
first.
now going
What
for the
is
TR.
that?
Gets the Kane. Blown from the Bronx, but the blue side. Oh my god, steals the Drake. Double clear now for the Vladimir.
What?
Morgana's running away for her life. Graves trying to respond here. Oh my god, the Cosmic Binding. Flash.
Who
Off the
stole it?
binding. Triple kill.
What just happened? What just happened? Can we look at that? Yone stole the Mountain Drake from supposedly a free soul point for this JEBUS squad. That's a massive throw. And that's a 6k gold lead
Oh my god.
for
oh
this
god.
squad,
Oh my god, what
for
was that?
Detective Squad.
Okay,
You see?
the option for red side is now narrowing. The Fiora can't do anything anymore, honestly. She can, but she needs the support of her team. And right now her team
She's
is out.
itemizing MR, and you saw the Yone. If you itemize MR and Yone goes on to you, you're pretty much paper thin.
I mean,
Even
but
if
she
you're a
has no
Fiora, that's a
option. She
bruiser.
has no option. The LeBlanc could
That's
just
true.
pop her. The Vladimir could just pop her. You know, at this point, what can you do?
I think it's a matter of juggling aggro. But in this case, it's in terms of champion. As well as proper warding, because I don't see a lot of wards. I mean, so far, there's now wards set down for Prom on the top side of the map, which is what they should try to go for, especially for wards on the on the Baron pit rather, as it's gonna be spawning in less than a minute. What I expect in the next minute is an all-out fight where Vladimir flashes onto the enemy team, gets a triple
doesn't
kill
have
at the
the flash,
backline
though.
again. Is that possible? Oh, he doesn't have flash. It doesn't have to be flash. I'm just waiting for a massive play. But this
Meanwhile,
LeBlanc though getting caught
might be
out.
caught out here. The Oracle is possible, but the dash is just there. The Brom now trying to chase
Is
her
Brom
down.
stuck?
But the four people from the blue side now catching up now. The Brom is the one that's caught out. Oh my god, the pop is not enough though. Brom does get away. And the two teams disengage. Meanwhile, the Kane now trying to look for the flank. The Lucian is airborne, but the Kane might bit more than he could chew.
Oh no!
Collateral damage gets the Kane.
That's a big counter throw. Like, Baron is up, and I think it's free now for JEBUS. That was supposedly a commanding control of the map for the detective squad, but they're a man down, and it's the most important person on the game right now, where there's Baron up, and JEBUS squad really is gonna go for this Baron. It is spotted though.
There from the blue side. Now they're gonna try to steal this, but let's see if they do. But no one is here on the Baron. They might get.
They do
hit
have
on
Vladimir, which
Red
can
side
deal
is-
so much damage to these three people that's on the pit right now.
The Baron right now. They're trying to look for it. 2,000 on the Baron. Can they do it? They cannot. The team still gets the Baron. And now the
gets
first
rooted.
the
And
LeBlanc
is this?
goes in,
Oh
shot
no!
for the Lucian. Oh no, this might be a throw. Don't
Big
be
damage though
dangerous.
on the Vladimir,
the Vladimir
getting caught
having
out.
huge amount of
However,
damage. The Zonia's pop from both the Vladimir and the Brom. Shut down though from the Fiora. LPL Fiora coming in. The Kane. Oh my god.
is
what are
this
you
the
doing?
bin? Is
That
this
double
the
kill-
bin?
The bin
Is
plays.
this
The bin
the
plays right
bin?
now. They are trying to chase for more, but Fiona and Karma are gonna get away. But look at that gold lead now cut off to 1.5k. This is basically a tied game. at
This
point.
was pre for the detective squads for a part of the game, but now the Fiora got to a point where she got 7 kills, like without dying, consecutively. The commanding lead that blue side or detective squads rather had early game is just gone now.
That's
The-
also a deny for the soul as well. The pushing the inhibitor, they cannot contest for this mountain drake that is gonna spawn in 46 seconds, and that's gonna be soul point for both teams. Now the Kane is gonna respawn in 7 seconds, and they could try to look for a steal here, but
I don't
The-
think
the
that's
Vladimir
gonna
does have
happen.
TP,
They
but
just
they
don't
don't
have
have vision
control
of
on
the
the
pit.
map.
yeah,
There's no
The jungle
vision. Look
is
at,
so
look at the
warded
map
now.
right now. There's nothing for the blue side.
Oh, they
They're
are
gonna
back.
try to walk though. Red side did back. The JBS squad did back, and they're just starting
This
to
is
pass.
a window for
the
the
pit.
detectives to possibly control the pit. They have to win this fight, or else I think it's game because they still have Baron. They're
JBS
gonna
squad
be denied the
don't
mountain
have wards though, and this could be a free pop. Look at
Oh,
that
no,
damage
oh
onto
my
the
God, look at
Morgana.
that.
Morgana's out of commission. She doesn't have
Might be mountain soul.
a TP, and that's a 5-man on the Drake. That's a free.
The Graves does
That's
have
a
collateral
free-
damage. Good try to steal this. The Graves
Soul
now
point.
dashing in. The Yone though. Oh my god, the 3-man airborne. They're now trying to engage again. The Brom is just being popped here. But the blue team does slay the dragon.
Fiora's at the
Fiora
backside.
trying to go to the backside to try to steal it, but it doesn't work. The healing though from the Fiora is so huge.
What
Oh
is
my God, the
happening?
Vladimir
A lot
just
of
got
damage
everyone. Double kill
from
for the
both
Vladimir.
sides.
Now look at Graves. Graves is just gonna get popped by the Yone. That is a 4-for-2.
Can we have a replay for that? What just happened?
Looking at this replay.
We see Fiora getting caught out at the backside, but they didn't try to focus them. They didn't try to focus Fiora, and Fiora just got to do a lot of things at the backside, though she did get caught off by the Vladimir at the back end of the fight. But I thought that was a blue side. It was a blue side one team fight for like 5 seconds, and then a red side one team fight for another 5 seconds, and then there was just so much damage from the Vladimir. Everyone popped, and that was a lead. The lead from the blue side. It was a 0 gold lead for both sides for 1 point, and now we see a 2k gold lead for the blue side. And Baron is off the table. We have Baron spawning in 2.5 minutes and Elder spawning in 5. One thing we need to point out is the detective squad have the Mountain Soul, so they're very tanky. You have a Yone that has Death Dance. He's practically so much damage with a lot of defensive capabilities as well. And you have a Vladimir that if he gets in proximity to the backline, they're just dead.
But there is potential for the JEBUS side, right? They have.
There is. I mean, you've seen the fights.
The LPL
You've seen the
Fiora
fight.
is there. The option is there. The Morgana.
The
with
bin
Ice
is here. The bin.
Could get something. The Lucian does also have damage. But the thing is, it's gonna come down to the team fighting and execution of these two teams. They're basically neck and neck for gold. The detectives have the advantage of the soul, Mountain Soul though, so it's gonna be harder for the JEBUS squad to shred them down. But it is still possible. This is not like the blowout game that game 1 was.
But Vladimir really does scale so much that team fights in the late game normally tend to go in favor of the team with Vladimir. Because you just have so much damage from a free engage even. If you R and then E pull onto the backline, that's a free triple kill. You have a Graves that only has 1 MR item. At least he has some. But this Lucian is left bare without MR items, as well as the Morgana, as Fiora now on to 3
gonna
people.
get cut out. The parry is not enough to get the... Okay, shutdown for the Vladimir there.
Is this a free push
This
for the
is
blue
huge.
side?
Okay, this might be a free siege for the blue side now. They are gonna try
50
to...
seconds on Fiora, which is about the same time as when Baron's gonna spawn. I want to
could
see
try to
picks
play
here.
for this
Yone doesn't have ult yet, so I
But
think
it
they're
is
still
a
waiting for
one-man
options.
advantage. They are
Vladimir
trying
also
to
doesn't have ult.
siege. I think they're just trying to push here so that they can go for BR the next game fight
Yes,
after
I think
Fiora
so too.
responds. Or the Baron responds. The R is popped from the Lucian, dealing so much damage to the
Inhib
Kayn.
is also free.
Kayn might have to back here, but the LeBlanc is going in. Dashes out immediately. The inhibitor is down from the JEBUS team, and they're gonna get Baron.
They're gonna try to go for Baron, and this Fiora has teleport in roughly 10 seconds, I think.
There is a ward. Look at the
Okay,
blue
never
side
mind. She
jungle.
has
There is a
TP
ward
now.
there.
There's
There
a
is a
control
ward.
ward behind them, so there's a possibility for a flank with this Fiora and the front to back from these
No
4
one still
other...
sees that. The
Oh,
LeBlanc is okay.
I think that
the
was a
Zhonya's-
fat finger.
Fat finger from the Braum there.
RIP to that broken stop.
Okay, they are gonna shred this. The Fiora is not gonna be able to use the TP.
That's a free Baron.
Yeah, free Baron
the
for the
blue
blue
side.
side.
Honestly, I don't know how this game's gonna turn out. Like, it seems like Blue should be winning a lot because they have a team fight comp, they have a lot of objectives, they have Soul, they have Baron. But this
Fiora.
JEBUS side really is holding on to what
Fiora.
seems to be lost hope. I mean, they had hope for a bit, and then it was lost for a bit, and now it's a tip. It's like a seesaw now. I don't know what's
The season
gonna
that is
unfold for this
kinda
game.
tilted to the detective side. I mean, as you said,
Yeah,
have Baron
they
and
they have
Soul.
an advantage, and they're trying to position for Elder Dragon here. Kayn is topside. Only now is he backing. Fiora
Okay,
does
they're
have
gonna
TP, so she has the option of splitting and then TPing into the fight, or just plain going with the team.
The blue side has Prio on mid. They have to defend here. But the red side has the Scuttle Crab. For this upcoming Elder fight, I think this could be the decider of the game.
Yes, I think it would, cause if I think that's for the blue side. If red side gets it, it's more of a deny rather than a proactive take on the Elder Drake, because I don't think they would be able to stomp as hard with Elder Drake as compared to if the blue side takes it. And they are positioning here, the blue side I mean.
Oh, the
Fiora
LeBlanc
does
goes to the
TP
TP
behind. I'm not sure if
behind
that's
them.
seen.
It might be a collapse.
I
Okay.
think she's seen. She is seen.
He is being chased out by the
Kane
Kane.
is seen.
He
there.
might look for the steal here. Lucian is very low. The LeBlanc is trying to go for it. The Morgana doesn't have binding for the LeBlanc. Still doing the Elder. The Fiora still hanging out behind the
With
enemy
Yone.
jungle. Okay, now look at Vladimir Graves and Lucian. They are
Look
both
at the
low.
zoning
Graves is
potential of this
trying to stay
Vladimir.
here.
Oh, a
Oh my
flash.
god, the flash does come out from the Vladimir, but the Kane is just trying to go. The Lucian is popped off his GA. The Vladimir is still at the pit. Look at Fiora and Graves trying to steal it. Meanwhile, on the top side of the map, okay. Meanwhile, on the bottom side of the map, the Graves is gonna get cut out. 2,000 gold, 2,000 health for the Elder. Oh my god!
The Graves didn't expect that. I wouldn't have expected that. I forgot.
Yeah, and now they have Elder. Okay, the TP from the Vladimir
TP
is
coming
going
from
in.
the Vladimir. I think this is
Okay,
game.
this might be game. The Morgana is gonna get chased out here. The LeBlanc they're gonna hit the root, but the spell immune is there. The Vladimir is trying to push as much as possible, but the 4-man collapse is there. Okay, the Zon just does come in from the Morgana. The Morgana doesn't get a soul shackle. Pops by the Karma. Now Saint Ali or Vladimir is trying to 1v3. The Brom is just down. The Fiora is trying to do anything, something here, but the Elder is just too much. And this is game. A comeback. Not a comeback, but a response. A very
from the detective squad here.
From the detective squad as they take game 2 of the series.
Honestly, well played by the detective squads, executing a bit rough on the execution in the mid part of the game, but did come out victorious in the end with their team fight oriented team comp. It seems like the red side didn't try to force the map into a split with Fiora. I think that would have been a better call for the JEBUS squad right there. It seems like they tried to out damage the detective squads in team fights, but it's just not gonna happen if you have a Vladimir that has the 3 main items that you would need to burst everyone down. You have a Rabadons. You have again Rabadons, the Spellbinder, and the Zonias. If you have those 3 miracle items, you can just run to the backline, everyone is dead. Even if you don't kill them, they're probably zoned out and out of commission for the whole fight. And everyone would just be collapsing onto the Fiora, as we've seen in that one Drake fight.
Now, I think the story of this game is, and the moral of this game is, bad Vladimir. Bad Vladimir. The Fiora
she did have redeeming moments, but
it was
Vladimir, a late game champ for team fighting, that's not gonna happen. I guess it was for a minute. There was hope for the JEBUS squad to win, but the Vladimir did deliver at the end of the game.
Very good game and very good response from the detectives. They're 1-1 for both sides now. We're gonna come back and see which team takes the win here. Don't go. Yeah, don't go.
Don't leave. We'll be back for the next game, the decider game for this 3-chain series of the detective squad against the JEBUS squad. We'll be right back after this break. We're still waiting on the two teams if we could finish this best of three, but it seems like it's getting delayed to some sorts. We're gonna inform you folks on what's gonna be happening for this series. We're gonna know. Okay, lobby is still filling, so we're still gonna wait for what's gonna happen.
Okay, to fill in the gap, right? So let's talk about what happened during that game. So what do you think should be the takeaway from that game for our viewers?
What do you mean? Again?
What should be the
Sorry.
takeaway? Like, what should the teams look out for to win this game 3?
I think the side that gets Kane wins. I don't know. That's the moral of the story right now.
Bad
We're
Kane?
still gonna see if Kane is gonna be banned because it seems like teams opted for a swap. The JEBUS squad is going for the red side. We're waiting on.
No,
completing
JBS
this
side is
lobby.
going for blue.
Oh yeah. Never mind. My bad. So, did you expect it to be this intense? Best out of 3. Was it really
Okay.
expected to be a 3 match
I've
series?
said at the start of the series, okay, I expected this to be a 2-0 favorite for the JEBUS, and it is not, okay? The detective team has bounced back from that devastating loss. You know, that's also, that's actually also bad for their mental kind of, but they did bounce back on on game 2, and I think they're gonna have the momentum coming in this game 3.
Do you think? I really think this JEBUS squad is now gonna ban Vladimir. That Vladimir performance from St. Ali did a whole lot for the detective squads. We're now waiting for this lobby to fail. Orion, I think you need to go to spectate. You're filling up a slot.
Okay, so let's talk about what they should pick, right? You've seen the LPL Fiora, you've seen the Kane wins every time, and we've also seen the Vladimir just pops everyone, right? So should they ban these 3 champions, or could there be what should be the best response to those champions?
It depends, because again, Vladimir is. I think the JEBUS squad now recognizes the fact that Vladimir is a comfort pick for this St. Ali, and it seems like it's gonna be banned by the JEBUS squad, not unless they want to try and take it. They are on the blue side right now, so they might opt for that. So I don't think they would though. I don't recognize anyone playing Vladimir here.
Okay, so for the viewers that are watching this, can you comment on whether you would want the JEBUS side or the detective side to win? Now we're gonna be going into Champ Select.
I'm absolutely
okay, yeah. Starting with the Vladimir ban. Okay.
That was expected. A Vladimir ban after that performance.
The shadows.
And the Kane
Fear
ban.
controls
They finally respected the Kane ban because they are on the red side, so they need to ban the Kane or else blue side is gonna take the Kane. Samira's still getting banned.
Samira, 100% ban rate.
For this series, for the JEBUS squad.
Eventually.
Jin as well. 100% ban rate.
They've
For
really
the
been
detectives.
traumatized. They've really been traumatized by that Jin. by that Jin. We'll see what the red side would ban next. I'm expecting it to maybe. Okay. I was not expecting that. I was expecting the LeBlanc.
I think they're probably gonna ban
because,
Riven again.
LeBlanc also popped off last game, but they did ban the Thresh this time. Either the Riven might come off here. From
still
the
waiting.
detective side.
Learn from your mistakes.
And it is the Riven ban. So, what do we have? A cat. Okay.
How do you feel?
I don't think.
How do you feel?
as a cat main, I am slightly, if not very, biased when it comes to seeing cat in a series. I won't say that I'm cheering for the blue side, but maybe deep down I am, because I want to see this cat pop off. I want to see a cat game. I want to see my main girl win this series for this. Okay, we're not going for biases here. We're gonna check on how this game is gonna pan out. The first pick, Katarina, is very weird. Katarina is countered by a lot of mid lane champs. If you show that and you get countered, you can get back. Like, if you pick Katarina, you get against the Talon, against a Fizz, I would cry myself to sleep. And, okay, we're gonna see what
the
pick
Sona
this.
and the Yone being picked off for the detective side.
I think that's bot lane duo.
Oh, the
Yone
rank
bot
card.
again.
I think they're
Counter. I
going
think
into
this is probably. Oh, they picked up. Yep, I told you. Talon against the Katarina. There is no way a Katarina wins against a Talon, but there is an exception. If this Katarina gets picks after picks in the jungle match, a 2v2 or any roams, if this Talon doesn't get the respawn, because Talon wins the 1v1. If Talon gets priority in lane, then this mid lane is pretty much in favor of Talon. But if this cat gets free roams off or gets free lane, if he doesn't get pressured too much in lane, that's a free pass for the cat to carry this game. So yeah, again, the Talon counter pick.
Nautilus and Caitlyn being banned. The Caitlyn, the JEBUS squad just doesn't want to play against the Caitlyn. It's gonna be followed up by the Senna ban. Interesting pick here from the detectives, because you normally if it's not pro play, Senna doesn't really get picked that much.
Yeah.
Maybe as a support, but as an ADC, I mean, I guess the ADC.
There is no bot lane yet for the JEBUS squad, so I guess there's still a potential for that Senna. It might be bot, it might be support. If they decided to ban that off, Senna still is a pretty strong champ.
Oh, the Fiora. LPL Fiora might be shown here. Never trust hovers. I remember never
Or wait,
trust them.
is this a ball? It's a
Okay,
rise.
it's a rise. I'm
Okay.
assuming that's rise top.
So this is Rise top for sure. Talon is gonna face Cat no matter what. Rise against a Shen. If Rise, this is the lane where Rise should be able to farm up the late game and just dumpster this whole team. Because Rise in late game is unstoppable. Remember yesterday, we just had a game against a Rise, and you know how strong this Rise is. If you get tanky at late game, you have burst damage, you have tankiness. If you get into a fight, even if they engage onto you, if you aren't CC'd and you get to burst off your Qs, your Es, your roots, and even and if your team follows up accordingly to collapses onto you, that's a free team fight for the detectives here.
Now,
Seems like they're
the bot
opting-
lane opting for safety, sure, because of the Ezreal Soraka pick. Ezreal looking to safely farm on the bot lane. Against the Yone Sona, the Yone is gonna look to maybe try to engage and with the E and the R.
I think so, yeah. I mean, they're probably gonna have the same playstyle. Remember Yone last game? He was just R-ing in and forcing a lot of summoners out, which is probably still the game style that they would uphold for this time, as Detective Watt still is on the Yone. And the support is Sona. That's a strong lane right there. But again, Ezreal Soraka is a strong lane as well, and they poke a lot. And you have a melee bot laner for the side of detectives. If this Yone doesn't get fed, then this bot lane with Ezreal can just scale late game. I don't think this is a game where Cat necessarily shines. Yone, Hecarim, Ryze, Talon, and Sona. I mean, you can kill Sona, but that's unlikely if the Sona's reactions are fast. I think that this is a game where Ezreal is gonna try to damage and Kite and just try to not get hit with any form of CC and just damage in the backline. Shen's probably just gonna eat every form of damage from the detectives, especially from Ryze. If Ryze gets proximity onto the backline, Soraka, Ezreal, they pop. Like there's no way they're out of that situation. Ryze has a sure hit CC. If you hit that route and you have grievous wounds against the Soraka at the late game, then this backline is dead. Again, you have a Hecarim, which can also dive at the backline. But again, we're waiting for the outcome of this game as it still is pretty versatile as JEBUS have many defensive options in the form of Shen and Soraka.
Another point that I would want to make is that the detectives again opted here for a late game AP champion at top side. Rice could quite possibly, if he wins lane against the Shen, which is, very
Quite
probable.
likely.
The Rice could
Not
just
win, even if you just go even, it's considered
true.
a win for Ryze.
And the Rice could just try to snowball, farm, and just farm those items into those power spikes of the Seraph and the what's the power spike of Rise? I don't remember.
It's Seraphs and Rod of Ages. It depends. Some people opt to build Rod of Ages, some don't.
But as long
It's
as he
dependent on
gets onto that
preference.
game, and as long as he gets to he doesn't get diven by the Rengar or
Diven. That's a term we came up with, by the way, for viewers. That is not an appropriate word. Diven is not a
Okay, going back to my point, unless the Rise is like just destroyed by the Rengar here, Rise can very well possibly be the carry for this team. And that's the story here. The detectives have seemed to figure out the solution, which is to just put the top laner onto a very carry champion and just leave him alone, and then at the late or mid or late game, just put him online, just demolish everyone.
Okay. We're still waiting. I think there's a lot of action already happening because this is quite an action-packed game, except for the top lane. Also, I want to point out, Ryze has CC against the Shen, so ulting on Shen requires you to be out of the range of Ryze, so Ryze does have that option to try and stop plays that this JEBUS squad would opt for, especially a Rengar dive with a Shen. That's pretty strong because you have a sure gap closer in the form of Rengar and Shen, and you have a taunt, and you have the damage in the form of Ezreal and Katarina. It's dependent on how the interactions of these micro details pans out in the game. We're gonna be waiting to see if this is gonna be another jam-packed action game. We don't have Kayn for once, so we're not sure of who will win this game.
No assurance of whether.
For now, it's only been Kayn. That's 100% win rate, even though it's been only 2 games. But
hey, 100%
it still speaks volumes.
100% win rate.
I want to point out. I stood from my seat. I looked at the screen. River Shen. Rengar
top. River Shen.
Okay.
Okay, can you explain to me how River Shen works? Because I've only seen this like thrice in pro play. I don't really understand how it works.
River Shen is appearing a lot. Pro play. Pro play. I mean, I haven't seen it personally. I haven't seen a lot of River Shens yet, but apparently it's pretty strong because of taunt. Like you can invade and have taunt and the Q, which gives you a lot of dueling power. But against the Hecarim, it's pretty tipsy because Hecarim does have sustained damage and he does have Conqueror in response to the Shen.
I think the Shen would have a very kind of lopsy early game because his clear isn't really that good early game, so he has to get has some help from maybe his laners. But the Hecarim could abuse this and try to invade Shen's camps, and without any solo laner of the JEBUS side responding, the Hecarim could just farm and could see a path to victory as well. Now, we've talked about the Rise versus Shen matchup, but apparently it's a Rise versus Rengar matchup. So,
I think they were planning to have Shen top and Rengar jungle for a bit, but then when they realized that Ryze was the counter option for top lane for the detectives, they opted to have River Shen and have a Rengar, which is a more proactive top lane pick, especially against Ryze, which wants a pretty passive lane. Rengar doesn't really give you that, but we're gonna wait and see if this swap of roles between Rengar and Shen will pay off for the JEBUS squad.
now,
I
okay,
think an invade is
shenanigans.
brewing.
First time,
An
first time
invade is brewing.
shenanigans. First time shenanigans. First time antics. Now we're gonna be seeing a lot of action. I hope someone dies.
Oh.
I hope someone dies. Now Shen gonna be leading the
No one is
charge.
seen yet. No one is
Yeah,
seen
no one
yet.
is seen. No one is seen. Now Hecarim
Oh,
is in
never
the bush.
mind.
Oh, there's seen now.
And the
Shen
taunt
on
onto the Hecarim. Is the Hecarim's
That's
dead?
first blood. First blood for the Shen. The Shen. Okay.
The
that's
River
actually-
Shen
that's
has
actually
first
for the
blood.
Shen. Because he can back here, and then he could just buy Saber, Stalker's Blade or Skirmisher's.
You meant
I forgot
Talisman,
that.
right? That's 400 gold.
Okay. Oh right. I mean, he could buy another jungle item, and he could clear camps easily now. Though it
Yeah.
doesn't seem that he would back, but it is still a pretty huge save
Need
from the Shen.
for the blue side.
Rengar does have to blow up the Sash for the game, but I'd
As
say
well as the Shen and then Ignite for the cat. So we're gonna wait and see how this invade impacts the game. I mean,
okay, look at the Shen now, already pinging. The River Shen activated. Look at, okay.
River Shen
Shen
level
now
2 by
looking
the
like
way,
that.
has taunt.
Okay,
We're
now
looking.
Talon
Is something
trying to
happening?
gravitate. Okay.
Okay, nothing's to be had.
I love River Shen.
I really,
I
yeah,
love
same.
River Shen.
It's so way out of the ordinary that when you see him, it's just you just
It's
want
hard not to.
you want to see
It's not-
Shen to win.
Yeah, it's not hard
It's a
to root
River Shen.
for this Shen because it's a River,
Shen.
Okay, now Hecarim's trying to invade, could get the blue buff here. They both have smite. The Shen is cut out here. Hecarim does get the blue
Hecarim
buff.
did
Okay,
get it.
this might be a one kill. Katarina trying to respond. Things already dropping. Okay, Shen is looking to go back. The Katarina blows the Oracle. Talon gonna be trying to respond. And nothing's gonna be happening out of that, but Hecarim does come out with a successful blue buff invade.
Very well played from that Hecarim. He acknowledges, he notices the fact that despite the first blood from that Shen, he still didn't back, so he doesn't really have an item advantage yet. And Hecarim does have early game options in terms of damage because of Conqueror and the Q spam of Hecarim.
I already see what I've been talking about in the early game. Hecarim looking for opportunities to invade the Shen, because Shen doesn't really have good early game clear, especially since he didn't buy jungle items and didn't back for that first blood. Now looking at top side, there is a play rooted from the Rise. Now Rengar is low. Both of them are low actually, and Rengar's gonna try to go back. Okay, Rengar might try to jump here. An auto attack for both of them.
Oh!
Rise gets
Not
the auto
enough.
attack back. Rise gets the kill on the top side.
Very well played from the Rise there. He was patient with his abilities, kited back, not getting autoed a second time, and now Rise is set to carry this game.
Okay, meanwhile in the bot lane, there's gonna be an execute. Okay, heal and flash gonna be popped out of the Soraka. Meanwhile in the mid lane, Hecarim and Shen already hovering here in the mid lane. Shen might get cut out here. Is level 3, but nothing's gonna come out of that, and Hecarim backs off. Okay, the Rise TP's here, which means that for a potential DR fight, Rengar would have the TP advantage.
It's a 30-second TP advantage for the Rengar, yes. And it's a Mountain Drake. Though I don't think it's gonna be what's gonna decide the next Drake since it's still pretty early and TPs are a big advantage when it comes to Drakes, but it's a 30-second advantage in window. It depends on whether they're gonna try to get something out of that window or they're just gonna opt for laning.
Okay, the dragon's about to spawn here. Mountain. That's Mountain Drake, right?
Yes. Bot
Uh,
side, I was gonna mention that Ezreal is super pokey in terms of lane, but now I see Sona. I forgot. Sona has so much poke potential in terms of autos, in terms of Qs. We're gonna wait and see if these pokes will actually amount to something or a lead for the bot lane. It seems like it is.
and
Like, there's a big
theoretically,
wave on the red side right now.
theoretically, Yone would lose that fight and hold that thought. Okay, Hecarim trying to gank this top side, Rengar trying to jump in, trying to kill this Ryze, but the Ryze is running away. The flash is blown, but the Rengar is gonna go down here from the Hecarim. Good gank.
Well played from the Hecarim. Sees the opportunity. The Rengar was camping the bush too much, and the Hecarim acknowledges that Rengar lives on bushes. Just ganks that bush, and the Rengar's dead. Well-timed
Okay.
flash by the Ryze as well. He could have died there if he didn't flash. Okay, I see the cat getting abused. I
As I
feel
was
sorry
saying
for you.
on the bot lane, the Yone theoretically would just get poked out by the Ezreal, right? Because of the Q. But the Sona is actually brilliant here because she could match the poke given by the Ezreal, giving space for the Yone to farm. Already, the Yone should have less farm here, but he is matching the Ezreal.
Yeah.
There is a big wave coming in for Ezreal, but it's still gonna crash into the tower. Okay. Meanwhile,
So
Talon,
much damage from the
wait,
Talon.
this Shen,
Though,
okay. The flash comes in from the Shen and escapes with his life. Talon gonna be a sitting duck there, honestly.
that was like probably 1 health for that Shen. It looked like he was gonna die, but I think that he had just had the shield from his passive, and I think that's what saved Shen there. And then Katarina just went to Talon. Talon had no cooldowns anymore because of that engage onto the Shen, which left him open to be killed by the Katarina. Nice patient play by the blue side in terms of jungle duo. We see pings again at top side.
Okay,
Rengar
Hecarim
is
again,
sitting.
the horsey versus the cat. Okay, the rooted from the Ryze. The Rengar trying to jump into the Ryze is bursted down. Rengar trying to jump away into the enemy tower. What are you doing? Okay, he's trying to run away. The Katarina is trying to respond, but the Hecarim is
Rengar
running
has
away,
ult.
running into the Rengar. Rengar manages to escape that. Okay, now just into the Ryze and does get the kill. Very
Nice.
impatient and very careless from the Ryze in that play. Meanwhile,
It
Talon
seemed
gonna be
like
trying
the
to
Ryze was
respond.
gonna win
Katarina
that.
1v2. Hecarim could respond, but he's still clearing Krugs. Okay, Hecarim is trying to respond here, but the Talon is gonna stay top lane, and Katarina is not gonna be able to find kill.
It's quite unfortunate for this Ryze. Look at the wave. That's a very bad lane state for now. Like, you have the wave frozen on Rengar. If Rengar keeps this frozen, this Ryze that we've commended for early game, like, you've seen the Ryze been able to go for good trades, though the Rengar doesn't seem to be going for any sort of
The
trees.
Ignite taking down. Can he get it? Okay, the Talon gets the kill into the Rengar.
That looked like it was so close, but the
Right.
passive bleed from Talon as well as the Ignite, killing off that Rengar.
Good play.
Huge redemption for this
And that's actually with
Ryze.
for Ryze, because Ryze could just
Yeah.
push away the wave now. Katarina does get CX from the mid lane, but Talon is there to catch it up.
Talon still has a level lead, as I might add. That's quite surprising. I think Talon was roaming more. Actually, no. Talon responded to Cat, which resulted to a kill onto the Rengar, which probably had a bad lane state for the Cat. I didn't bother to check.
Now looking at the gold here, a 900 gold lead for the red side. Oh, a 1v1 might be happening in mid lane. Shen has to pop the ult. Does save the Katarina, but that's the expense of his R.
This Drake has been up for like 4 minutes now. It seems like okay, never mind.
Okay,
Hecarim's going bot.
Horsey is here. Ezreal trying to escape the... Okay, the Soraka is left for
In the
dead. The
middle
wish
of
not gonna be
everyone.
enough. Ezreal does escape, but that's at the expense of his support.
Nice play by Hecarim there, getting an advantage at bot side. Probably trying to go for Herald. Though Talon is stuck at mid, and Cat is giving up this wave. I don't think blue side can really go for this. This Cat is losing so much at mid right now. That's gonna crash, and Talon's gonna be able to go to this fight uncontested from going to the Dragon Pit. The Shen is alone. Oh, never mind. Ezreal's
Okay.
there.
The Rengar, oh my god, giving you so much damage, but the Ryze has the response. Okay, the Shen steals this.
And the
Lucy was
steal.
pulled in the Mountain Drake. However,
Well
the Shen
played.
is for dead. Okay, that is... I don't know if that is work, but the Katarina's looking for more. Airborne from the Yone, and now Hecarim trying to run away. Flash blown from the Katarina, and they're gonna disengage.
Rengar's here. Rengar's probably gonna look for more.
Okay, he's
Is
hunting
running.
for more. The Talon is gonna back, doesn't see the Rengar. No one sees the Rengar. The jump onto the Talon might be dead. The flash is blown from the Talon, but the Rengar might be left for dead here. The Soraka not being able to hit enough. Another jump from the Rengar. Rengar is trying to kill the Hecarim. One more hit. The Katarina finishes the job.
Very well played from that Rengar, going to that bush immediately. The Hecarim didn't back off far enough to not get jumped on by the Rengar, which amounts to a kill by the... Yeah, oh my gosh, what's the name? The JEBUS squad. And they also got Drake.
Okay, let's go. Let's go, JEBUS squad. I cheer. 1-2.
We still have
1-1.
Ryze though. We still have Ryze. We
The
need
Rengar
to
did
talk
have
about
to
that.
sacrifice
game.
the
lane, yeah.
Yeah, the lane. However, it is at the advantage of the bot lane. Oh, okay, the R got the Soraka down. The Soraka being careless here just gets picked off.
Nice pick by the Yone. That's the strength of lane of Yone here. If you see an R opportunity and if you take it onto a squishy target like Soraka that doesn't have any escape options, they're practically dead in lane. You shouldn't be stepping that far onto a Yone, which has a lot of range in lane.
Just very careless from the Soraka there. The Hecarim is gonna get the Swift Herald, I think, uncontested. Shen is on the top side jungle, but no one seems to be looking at this. Okay, Shen's gonna be trying to look here.
Red side is trying to rotate mid. I see Sona going. If this cat gets picked off... Okay, na.
Okay, Hecarim does get the...
Herald
I think,
does
yeah.
go down for the detective
The
squad.
Hecarim.
As
Now,
they seem
Katarina
to
might
want
get cut down here. It's
to
gonna
go
be able
for
to
a
come
plate.
properly though.
Never mind. I think they're collapsing at bot side. A 3-man rotate on the
Okay,
bot
they
side.
might be spotted by the control ward though. Soraka is gonna back off. Okay. But Talon might be looking for the dive. The Ezreal has huge damage. Not
So
gonna be
much
enough. Meanwhile,
damage by
Rengar
the
popping
Rengar.
the Ryze here. Half health. But the Ryze gonna be able to root and respond.
And once again, the pokes of Sona has been neutralizing this lane state. Especially since Ezreal is expected to rain down a lot of poke onto this lane. But the Sona has been dishing out so much that he's pressured to even try to step for a harass. Oh, and the fight mid.
It is okay. A 1v1 stand united has to be popped from the Shen. Shen is here. Okay, Talon is trying to jump away, but the taunt comes in from the Shen. Katarina is killed. Kills the Talon. Okay, I'm sorry. Shen was the one who killed the Talon, but that's very well executed from the Shen.
Nice ult there, and then a flash taunt seals the deal for this mid-jungle duo of the Chiefs
meanwhile
squad.
in
As
bot
the fight
lane,
is ensuing at bot side.
Ezreal is just dead. Okay,
And
going
another
for the
fight
Soraka
mid.
now. Yeah, another fight mid. Katarina is caught out by the Hecarim. Hecarim just auto-attacking. 2 for 0, honestly. That one kill for the Shen made Katarina too overconfident, and Hecarim picks her off.
Too overextended right there. I think she was trying to correct her wave because it was pushing onto the tower of Talon, and if you leave that there and that Katarina freezes it, that's a major setback for the...
Oh my!
That was a big misplay from the...
Questionable.
And they had he... Oh, actually no. Heal is being
Sona
pinged by
had the
Sona.
W.
She did. She used it, I think. I saw the shield come down, but it wasn't enough.
So you're not diving too much there. Dying to the Ezreal.
The heal was also down for like 5 seconds. I saw that ping.
Jelly is gonna get one pop here. No gold though, as turret plates are already down. Very
And Hecarim is eyeing this bush warrior again.
Horse versus cat. Round 2, electric boogaloo. What's gonna happen? Rengar trying to escape. Is invisible. Talon's gonna try to respond here, but nothing's gonna happen.
Drake is up, and Shen is in a better position compared to this Hecarim. Hecarim's just about to back, which is very bad.
So on the one hand, red side has the gold advantage. They have the kill advantage. However, the blue side is poised to take this DR. Yone and Sona are there trying to respond, but more blue members or more members of the JEBUS squad are in the DR, and they're gonna try to fight this.
And Katarina's here. I want to see Kat pop off. Definitely not just biased, but the blue side does secure the Drake for themselves. That's 2 Drakes for the JEBUS squad as we see our first Infernal Soul of this series.
Now, it wasn't. It could be worse for the detective side. They did get top tower. They did get to push it. They did get the pick onto the Rengar. But then again, the Infernal Dragon is supposed to be huge for, especially the Rise and the Yone. But
but it got denied.
Yeah, it is denied now. They have
it's part due to look at the warding of this JEBUS squad. Look at all those control wards on the bot side of the map. They know that they had to put a lot of wards to deny vision and get that Drake for free. They did. There was no contest whatsoever, and that led to a 2 Drake advantage for this JEBUS squad. Though this Katarina getting caught
rooted
off.
by the Rise though. The R from the Rise is not R from the Yone is not enough. Stun United is gonna get popped by the Shen. Hecarim now trying to respond here. 3-man collapse onto the 2-man JEBUS side. Okay, Katarina's trying to go away. Shen is trying to run away as well. Yone is trying to kill the Katarina, does get the kill. Rise is now rooted, airborne, and is just CC chain. And the 5-man detective squad gets 2 kills in mid lane.
And this could in turn go to a huge siege for the mid lane. That's two men down for the blue side, for the JEBUS squad. And that's increasing the gold lead.
No one is responding. Rengar is just trying to push top side. Ezreal is just trying to push bot. Soraka can't defend this. There's no way Soraka defends this. Hecarim's gonna try to pick off the Ezreal here. 1v1. Can the horse defeat the Ezreal? Not gonna be enough.
As we see backs coming from the detective squads, I think they acknowledge the fact that they couldn't have broken that tower because the respawn timers were almost up. Is almost down for the JEBUS squad. We do not have Stand United on Shen right now, so that's something that could. I don't know if the detectives recognize that, because that's a big cooldown for all the plays that JEBUS have had. You've seen that play that they've had with Cat and Shen in the mid lane. Those were what gave this game a fighting chance for the JEBUS squad. Because to be honest, the detective squad had commanding leads on their lanes. Maybe not top, because the Rise wasn't really aiming to win lane against the Rengar, because Rengar is a proactive top laner. But the Hecarim ganks onto the Rise pushed the Rise to be on even ground with Rengar for now.
That is true. And I wanted to pay attention to the Yone right now. Takes 1. Almost all of the gold lead should be funneled into this Yone. And now as a fight could happen here, the Yone is just fed. I'm pretty sure all of the gold lead of the detectives is on the Yone.
Herald was also picked up by Hecarim here.
That's also could be
very
a
big peddling platform for this detective squad, as they might consider pushing top along with the siege at mid, or they could coordinate that with the dragonfly in 1 minute.
And it is essential for them to contest this DR, because if they don't, it's working while Yone is trying to pick this Ezreal behind. The flash is blown from the Ezreal, but the true shot barrage is not going to be enough to damage. Meanwhile, on the mid lane, 1v1, Katarina versus Talon. Talon might get the kill here. Oh my god, that was an outplay. The Katarina had
turnaround.
got demolished. How is that?
This.
Is that painful for you?
Yone almost got that, but now we see that Talon was trying to fight the Katarina. Flash from the Talon gives enough time to get that Q cooldown, Q heal, as well as the Conqueror stacks onto that Talon against the Cat, taking down the damage with the bleed and ignite. Very well played and well responded from the Talon.
Oh, another dive here.
I hate Yone so much. You see that? He was from the bush. And Ezreal was under tower. He got free poke without getting damage just because he had that clone positioning. This red squad is also on point with their rotations. They know that Drake is one of their top priorities for now. And they know that they have Herald, so they could spawn it here and then try to pressure bot lane towers as they try to get Drake.
The blue side also doesn't have vision of the pit. The detectives have pushed the bot lane, so they have to defend it. They have to leave some manpower to defend it. Looks like they're not going to be able to contest this Infernal Drake.
And that's a free Drake.
Able to delay. Meanwhile, Yone trying to engage here. They're trying
so
to
much damage onto the Rengar.
It's just almost dead. Talon's trying to jump in. The R is pop. The Realm Warp is pop also
Two
from the right. The Ezreal two-shot barrage doesn't do enough damage. Oh, look at this though. The Rengar jumps into the Talon, kills him. The Ryze though, trying to kill
Ryze is so tanky.
Okay, Ryze is so tanky. Shen's trying to be killed. But the... Okay, oh my god, the one shot from the Ryze. Okay, a 1v3 now for the Ryze. Ryze doesn't get anything. Double kill for the Rengar. I need a replay of that. I need to track that again. I wasn't able to shoutcast. Okay, so the Ryze was trying to get the Shen here.
Yes.
The Ezreal was just trying to poke, but the damage was just too much. Meanwhile, the Rengar also popped the Hecarim on the top lane and also gets a double kill on the Ryze. Very well played from the red team there.
Unfortunately, the Ryze forgot to factor in that Rengar was still hovering above him, so that was a 3-man collapse onto the Ryze, leading to his death. We still have a 4k gold lead on the detectives though, and they do have the Ryze that has fully stacked Rod of Ages and Seraphs, which I have mentioned earlier.
On the
gold lead. You see the tankiness of Ryze. You see he just walked through and he popped Ezreal. I want to see more of that in the late game. That's the power of Ryze. Ryze is out of the meta right now because it takes so long for him to get into the late game, but when he does, he's probably one of the strongest champs in the game, on level with someone like Vladimir and Kassadin.
He does have the power spike already. Seraphs and Rod of Ages coming in for the Ryze. This could be huge, especially he's trying to go for top lane right now. Talon gonna be trying to respond. Let's see if it happens. No, Ryze.
2-man play at top side.
Okay, invisibility comes in for the Rengar. Rengar is gonna look to jump into the Talon. Talon has just so much damage. R is popped from the Talon, but Rengar gets the kill onto the Talon. Now Shen trying to
crucial miss though.
United. Ryze is so tanky. Wish does come in from the Soraka. Is it enough? No, the shutdown comes in for the Ryze. The Ryze is so tanky. Oh my god, the damage
so
coming in for the Ryze. Meanwhile,
this is the late
Yone just picking up this Ezreal.
Look at this.
This is just a disaster for the red.
Taunt was missed, and that was so crucial. Now Ryze just had free reign because there was no CC for this jungle and top duo, and that's a free double kill for this tanky Ryze.
Meanwhile, you didn't see in the bot lane, Yone killed the Ezreal there.
He was overstepping too much. Again, if Yone has sights on you, you might just run down, you might just clone onto you, and ult, and you're probably dead. There's no way out of that.
Unfortunate for the JEBUS squad. There is still hope. There is still hope for them, but they are threading on a fine needle right now.
Yeah, and it's a 5k gold, 6k gold lead, if I may correct myself, for this detective squad. Look at this damage from Ryze.
Okay, now Katarina's gonna get rooted, trying to get away with something, but the shutdown comes in from the Rengar, not respecting that Rengar might be there, and the Ryze is shut down.
By the Rengar, that's huge gold. Again, funneled to this carry that they might have. It's a 700 gold shutdown for the Rengar, and he's about to complete items that's gonna amplify his damage way more. He has finished Duskblade and Ravenous Hydra, rather. We're gonna wait, but you know, this detective squad still has this Yone. You see a 7-1 Yone completed with full crit. I want to see this Yone pop off together with this Rise. Like, these two comps are pretty different from what they aim to have. Blue side is trying to get picks from champs. Like, if you get an isolated 1v1, they could easily turn it into a 1v2 with Shen, as well as the fact that they have a global presence with Soraka, with Wish. They would want to have picks instead of fully fledged team fights, as we see
fight. Hecarim trying to pick up the Shen, has to pop the art to escape. Dragon is now up 25 seconds until the Infernal Drake. It is essential for the detective squad to get this, as giving this away to the JEBUS team would give them soul point. And they want to get to the Infernal Soul as fast as possible as well.
But we see a fight topside.
Rengar 1v1. Let's see this. Rengar is rooted here. The damage, the Q does not connect. Rengar might want to jump here in again. And they're just gonna respect each other. Gentleman's agreement. We're just gonna back together.
Or...
Never mind, the gentleman's agreement is not there! 1v1 again for the Rise. The Rise pops the Seraph's Embrace.
And the Rise
I don't
kill.
see what's happening. The Rengar just popped and just was absolutely demolished there. Meanwhile, in the jungle, Talon gets the kill onto the Hecarim. Onto the Shen, rather.
As well as a Drake for this detective squad again. Yone has sights for...
Oh my god, Soraka is just dead. Katarina has to pump the flash. Meanwhile, Ezreal is left for dead. Does have the chrono... What do you call that? The E. I don't know what that's called.
Of who?
E of Ezreal.
Chrono Shift, I believe, is what it's called. Arcane Shift, I think. Yeah.
Two-shot barrage. Gonna try to slow down. TP does come
I
in
see a
from the right.
TP by Rise. Going for a siege in mid lane. They do have a lot of people here on the inhibitor.
They have the
That's
manpower
a free
advantage,
inhibitor.
but Rengar is alive. They have to back off here. But they're not. They're trying to go for it. Rise is just
There's
pushing
one
in.
crucial fact. Bases don't have bushes. And this bushman can't really make bush plays if there's no bushes. So that's one redeeming quality of pushing in far against the Rengar. As Rengar is their carry for this team right now. Ezreal is gonna scale, but... Oh, we see another fight from Rengar. I want to see
trying
this.
to run away, Rengar. The cat trying to
The horse
outrun
is
the horse. The jump is not gonna pin the Hecarim down, as he still have the R. Still has the R in that lane.
And we see the detective team going for this Baron play. Seems like it's undetected by the JEBUS squad, as Shen is still at
Soraka might
bot
get
side.
picked out there. Barrier is from Soraka. What are you doing? Okay, Talon is gonna run away. Katarina is gonna respond in time. Rengar is hovering over the Baron. The detectives might get a free Baron here.
This is a free Baron for the
Uncontested.
detective team. There's a 7k gold lead right now, 7.5k gold lead. And it looks like they're gonna try to pull it down now.
Okay, they're running it down. Realm Warp gonna be pumped by the Rise. Katarina has to pump the Zhonya's, but she is dead. The R is missed from the Katarina. Katarina might get the Yone here. The R is popped from the Katarina. The Wish does heal the Katarina, but is not enough. Rise does get the shutdown.
And they still have Baron. They can push top side and bot side here, or opt to push mid lane. There's a lot of options for the detective team here. Especially since they have a strong split pusher in the form of Rise, which has Seraphs, Roa, and Frozen Heart. So much tankiness and so much damage.
And again, the Rengar, who was just pushing top lane at that time, couldn't really do anything there. As you've said, if there are no bushes, a bushman cannot do anything.
Right?
The Rengar is the main carry here, but there's nothing he could do if the enemy is already sieging the actual base.
It seems like red side is just gonna try to pressure and crunch down the base of the JEBUS squad, cause Hecarim is just freely pushing top, and if they rotate top, they might this detective team might just rotate bot for a counter siege against the counter rotation of this JEBUS.
Now they're trying to
And we
rotate
see
mid now.
sights.
The Arcane Chef gonna make the Estriel escape. They're trying to respond now to the mid play, but Hecarim is still hovering over the top side. They are sieging this. They still have Baron.
Oh!
Oh
A crucial two-man knockoff from the Yone. So much damage.
Doing so much damage. Rengar's gonna shut down the Yone though. The wish from the Soraka doing so much healing. The Rice trying to get some damage here, but that's gonna be a failed attempt by the red side to push this out. Meanwhile, the Shen flashing, taunting. The Rice might be caught out here. Flash has to be popped, but the Katarina are just R's inside. But the Zonas R stuns everyone, and oh my god, this might be game. 4v2 now. They have to defend this. Oh, the Zona flash R was actually clutch. Look at this. Heck, okay, Talon's trying to flash in. The Ezreal is about to die. Oh my! They're gonna push out this inhibitor. This might be game. This might
There's
be game.
so much happened in that fight.
There are two
people here,
people
but
from the blue side, but it's not gonna be enough. However,
And
you may try.
that's-
However, you may try to win this series. The detective just having every response and every answer, and thus come out the way, winning the series 2-1.
well played from the laners of this detective squad, with the Yone ending 8-2. So much damage you've seen there. Even though there was a botched attempt for that, the JEBUS squad just had to blow almost every summoner, as well as the wish from the Soraka and the Stand United from Shen, which just left this JEBUS without any option to defend their base as they get collapsed onto them to their base with a Hecarim Fear, as well as the splash damage from Rise.
You know what happened there? You know what clutched that fight? The flash
What was
R
it?
from the Sona. The flash R from
I
the
saw
Sona
that
was
as well.
actually huge.
3-man R onto the JEBUS. And then after that, there was just Fear. After that, there was just Rise raining down. He just spews out a lot of damage with a lot of his combos. And then everyone just died. 2 men were left. And they didn't really get to do anything because they were the detectives were still baroned up. They end the series with a commanding 10k gold lead.
Actually, very convincing win here from the detectives. The JEBUS squad had a very dominating game in game 1, but the detectives having that answer with the Rise and with the Vladimir at game 2.
And
Very
that was a
interesting
GG
series
well played.
here. GG well played indeed.
First series of the SIK LABAN tournament.
It's not okay. It's not the tournament. It's
Of
just
the
an
exhibition, I meant.
It's
More
just a
exhibitions to
promo.
come.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us on this stream. Thank you for tuning in and liking. Please like and follow the page also for more streams like this. And honestly, just a very good.
And if you
series
want
here.
to register for the same kind of hype as what we've had today, the registration link is pinned on this caption of this stream. Again,
tinyurl.com/SIKLABAN if you want us, the best shoutcasting duo, to cast your game.
Orion and Archon shoutcasting over a lot of your games.
Register now on tinyurl.com/SIKLABAN for the tournament.
Again,
Thank you
like
for
and follow
watching.
this page. This has
Thank you
been
for
Archon.
watching. And Orion. Yeah.
Peace out. Cool.
Peace out.
Thanks for watching.